This copyrighted recording is licensed by Major League Baseball. Any reproduction or other commercial use of this recording, in whole or in part, is prohibited.
Once again, here at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, the weatherman has given us absolutely ideal weather for baseball. The temperature, just as we came on the air this afternoon, 70 degrees, and another not quite so bright but sunny afternoon. Not quite so bright because there is a very noticeable haze over the ballpark here at Forbes Field this afternoon. But other than that, weather conditions are perfect. And the song that all of the ball players were singing around the batting cage prior to the ball game today, of course, was one called There's No Tomorrow. As Casey Stengel said yesterday, this thing has now settled down to a one-game series. And as he so often has been in the past, Mr. Stengel is more than just a little bit right again. All that has gone before is meaningless insofar as this seventh game is concerned. And it matters not that the Yankees have scored 46 runs on 78 base hits in 6 games to date. They must win today, or it's all in vain. And should the Yankees lose, of course, people who look back on this series would forever ask themselves, how could the Yankees score all of those runs and still not win? And of course, too much cannot be said about the great relief hurling of little Elroy Face in the 3 previous Pirate wins. But unless he is able to repeat, if called upon this afternoon in the 7th and deciding game, those previous efforts will today not mean a thing. Just as in the last 4 World Series involving the New York Yankees, the 1960 edition has now moved to its 7th game. Today is the day. This is the game. The point of no return. Below us, warming up, a pair of outstanding right-handers. For the New York Yankees, making his second start in the 1960 World Series, is Bob Turley. And making his third start for Danny Murtaugh and the Pittsburgh Pirates, Vernon Law. It looks as though we will have a capacity crowd here at Forbes Field. The umpires have just now made their appearance. Dick Groat will present the lineup card for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and charging out of that dugout off the third base side comes Casey Stengel. And we're just a couple of moments away from the big one, the 7th, the final, the deciding game of the 1960 World Series. Vernon Law is 2-0 in the 1960 World Series, and of course Bob Turley has 1 victory and no defeats in the 1960 series. And now the Yankee batting order for the final game. Leading off, second base, Bobby Richardson. Batting 2, shortstop, Tony Kubek. Batting 3, Roger Maris, right field. Batting 4, Mickey Mantle, center field. Batting 5, Yogi Berra, left field. Batting 6, Bill Skowron, first base. Batting 7, Johnny Blanchard, the catcher. Batting 8, Cletus Boyer, third base, and the pitcher, Bob Turley. The Pirates will bat with Bill Verdon hitting number 1 in center field, Dick Groat playing shortstop, batting 2, Bob Skinner back in the lineup, batting 3 and playing left field. Rocky Nelson bats 4 and plays first base. Batting 5 in right field, Roberto Clemente. Number 6 hitter, Burgess, the catcher. Batting 7, Don Hoke, a third. Number 8 hitter is Mazarovski, the second baseman, and then the pitcher, Vernon Law. And as Richardson steps in for the New York Yankees, and we come to the payoff game of the 1960 World Series, it is again with a great deal of pleasure that I turn this microphone over to the man from Chicago and the Chicago Cubs, Jack Quinlan.
Thank you, Chuck, and hi once again, baseball fans. Here's Richardson leading off. The fine Yankee second baseman takes the first pitch from outside for ball 1. The umpires in this ball game from the National League, Bill Jakowski behind the plate, Nestor Shylock of the American League at first base, Dusty Bogus of the National League at second. Line drive hit right back to Groat, and he nails it for 1 out. Richardson lines to shortstop Dick Groat. Dusty Bogus of the National League at second. John Stevens of the American League is the third base umpire. Stan Landis from the National League is down the foul line in left field. And Jim Honachik of the American League down the foul line in right field. 1 out and nobody on as Richardson hit a screaming line drive right back to Dick Groat. Here's Kubek, the Yankee shortstop, left-handed batter. The pitch to him is a ball that's low and inside. In the series so far, Kubek has 10 hits in 27 at-bats for an average of .370. He's driven in 3 runs. left-handed batter who during the course of the season for the Yankees hit .273. Here's a pop foul down the left side out of play, back into the crowd. And the count on Kubek is even up at ball one and strike one. Vernon Law has won 2 of the 3 Pirate victories in this series. The other one was captured by Harvey Haddix. In Game 1, Law beat Art Ditmar 6-4 here at Forbes Field, and Vernon Law also won Game number 4, 3-2 over Ralph Terry at New York. Kubek lifts a high pop-up out into short right. Mazarovski back on the grass, makes the catch, 2 gone. Kubek pops up on a change-of-base curveball to Bill Mazarovski, and they're 2 gone, and the Bucks whip that ball around the infield. The Tiger at third base, Don Hoke, flips the ball back to Vernon Law. Here's Roger Maris now, the Yankee right fielder. Bill Stafford and Bobby Shantz, a right-hander and a left-hander, warming up in the Yankee bullpen. Maris hitting .320 in the series. He takes the first pitch, a fastball from Law, inside for a ball. Rogers had 8 for 25, 2 homers, 2 runs driven in. Bob Skinner playing left field for the Pirates. First time we've seen him in over a week. Here's the pitch to Maris. A ball that's outside. 2-0 on Roger. Bill Verdon in center field and Roberto Clemente in right. It's Don Hoke at third, Dick Grote at short, Mazarovski at second, and Rocky Nelson playing first. Burgess catching, and tall Vernon Law on the mound. 2-0 to Maris. Roger takes a strike call right over the plate, held high. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 out and nobody on base. The 25th World Series for the New York Yankees. They have 18 World Championships, 7 of them under Casey Stengel. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way. Fastball inside to Maris, and it's 3-1 now. Frank Crissetti coaching at third for the Yankees. Ralph Houck down on the first base coach's box. 3-1 on Maris with 2 gone in the top of the first. On a hazy afternoon, but sunny at Forbes Field. 3-1 pitch. A foul ball. He tried to check his swing, and the ball jumped off the bat and went right back here to the screen. 3-2 on Maris with 2 gone. As Chuck told you earlier, these Bombers have really been hitting. They've scored 46 runs and made 78 hits. They have a team batting average of .341 in the first 6 games of this series. Now the windup by Law. 3-2 pitch to Roger Maris. A swing and a high pop-up on the infield. In foul territory moves third baseman Don Hoke. Down the line, he's got it. Retires the side. 3 up and 3 down on the top of the first inning for New York. And after half an inning, it's the Yankees nothing and the Pirates nothing. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Center fielder Bill Verdon starts it off for the Pirates. He's had 5 hits in 25 at-bats in the series, an average of 200, well below the 264 that he hit during the course of the regular season. Verdon, however, has been a standout on defense through the first 6 games in center field. Bob Turley on the mound. During the course of the year for the Yankees, he won 9, he lost 3. Included among his 9 wins was 1 shutout. Here's the windup by the big right-hander. First pitch to Bill Verdon. A ball, it's high and inside. Well, over the last 6 months since April, each team has played 160 games, but this is the only one that counts. 154 regular season games, 6 World Series games, and this one, Game 7. Here's a swing and a long drive to deep left center. Yogi Berra moving back. He's under the ball. Should make the play and does, and there's 1 out. Verdon flies to the left fielder, Yogi Berra. 1 gone. It brings up the National League batting champion, shortstop, and captain Dick Grote of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Grote has had only 5 hits in 24 at-bats for an average of 208 in the World Series. During the year, he hit .325, good enough to lead the National League. Setting up the Yankee defense, Berra in left, Mantle in center, Maris in right. Clete Boyer at third, Tony Kubek at short, Richardson at second, and Moose Skowron at first. Pitch to Grote, high over his head, ball 1. Turley on the mound has a World Series record of 4 wins and 3 defeats. 2 years ago, he won 2 games in the series against the Milwaukee Braves. 1-0 pitch by Turley. Swinging a high pop fly out behind short. Here's Kubek back on the grass. Berra coming in. Kubek calling. Still backing up. He's under the ball and makes the play. 2 gone. Grote pops up to the opposing shortstop, Kubek. And here's Bob Skinner, who's been out of action for a week with a jammed left thumb. Skinner has had 1 for 3. Played in only the first sliding into third base, and he's been out of action ever since. During the season, Skinner hit .273, clubbed 15 home runs, and drove in 86 runs. 2 out, nobody on base. The bottom of the first, no score. The Yankees and the Pirates with all the gold on the line, the blue chips on the table. It's the end of the line. Here's a curve, a slow curve thrown in by Turley, and it gets the inside corner letter high. 1 strike on Skinner. Mickey Vernon coaching at first base, Frank Osiak at third. Jammed crowd at Forbes Field. Wind up, 0-1 pitch. Skinner takes a slow curve outside. A ball and a strike. Skinner, left-handed batter. Big lanky fella from San Diego. Here's the pitch by Turley. Here's a fastball foul back here, and it's onto the net right behind the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Skinner was signed by the Pirates on the strength of his fine showing in high school and American Legion ball back at La Jolla and San Diego. He's one of the most respected left-handed batters in the National League. The plate umpire, Bill Jakowski, now has called time. Evidently a ball got away from somebody in the Yankee bullpen out here. Stafford and Shands continuing to throw just in case Turley has trouble. They're 2 gone, nobody on base. The last half of the first, no score. A ball, 2 strikes on left-handed swinging Bob Skinner. Turley rocks back and fires a curve, and it's inside, 2-2. 300 feet down the right field line, then the high screen, which extends from the foul pole over to right field at the 375 sign. 436 to right center, 457 to the deepest part of left center, and here's Turley winding. 2-2 on the way. Ball high and outside. Yes, sir, the marbles are all on the ground in this one. It's now or never. This is it. Pirate victories have been by scores of 6-4, 3-2, and 5-2. The Yankee wins have been 16-3, 10-0, and 12-0. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Skinner with 2 gone. The windup and the pitch by Turley. So there's the first base runner of the afternoon. Skinner walks on a 3-2 pitch, and it brings up the first baseman, Rocky Nelson. Nelson's had 2 out of 6 so far in the series, a .333 average. During the year, he hit an even 300. The Rock hit 7 home runs and drove in 35 runs. The Pirates have not been hitting during this series the way they hit during the course of the season. They had a team batting average during the regular campaign of 276, better than anybody in either league. During the World Series, however, the Pirate team batting average is .241. 100 points below the Yankees. Skinner on first and 2 out. Pitch to Rocky Nelson. Curveball, it's inside, ball 1. Johnny Blanchard doing the catching. Elston Howard was hit yesterday and suffered a broken bone in the right hand. Blanchard doing the catching again today, and Yogi Berra stationed once again in left field. He's well off that foul line, however. They're playing Rocky around to the right in the Yankee outfield. Skinner on first, 2 gone. Pitch to Nelson. A ball, it's down low, 2-0. Bob Turley won game number 2 right here at Forbes Field when he beat Bob Friend 16-3. Turley has had 6 days of rest. He should be as strong as a bull. He was a 700 percentage pitcher virtually all of 1960, but his performance was a bit disappointing in comparison with his great season of 2 years ago. Turley stretchy, now he backs off the rubber. Skinner, a very fast man on first base with 2 gone in the bottom of the first, no score. Skinner takes his lead, and Turley fires the pitch. A curveball, strike on the inside corner at the knees. Nelson looks at the plate, then looks back at the umpire, Jakowski, and raises one eyebrow about 2 inches over his eye, as if to say, how can you call that one a strike? 2-1 on Rocky. The Yankees won 15 ball games in a row, closing out the 1960 season, which set a major league record for consecutive wins closing out a season. Skinner on first base, 2 gone. Turley's 2-1 pitch to Nelson. A swing and a wild from deep to right field. Way back. Hey, a home run. Going back. at-bats in the series, a .320 average, with 2 runs driven in. During the year, Roberto hit 314. Well, the Pirate fans are going wacky here in the first inning on a 2-run shot by Rocky Nelson. Here's the pitch. Changeup, popped up down the right field line, curving foul. Maris moving over, might have room. He can't get it. It lands on the canopy on top of the Pittsburgh bullpen. 2 strikes on Clemente. On a 3-2 pitch, Bob Skinner drew a walk, and on a 2-1 pitch, Rocky Nelson belted one into the right field seats for 2 runs. Here at Forbes Field are jabbing each other in the ribs with their elbows, talking to each other. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Clemente. Sidearm curve, it's over his head, it flattens him. A ball and 2 strikes. Rocky hit 7 home runs during the year, but none was as big as this one that he just hit in the first inning with a man on against Bob Turley. Here's the windup. 1-2 pitch to Clemente. Swinging a high pop-up out behind second base. Bobby Richardson backpedaling. He's under the ball on the grass, and he should make the play and does to retire the side. In the inning, 2 runs and 1 hit. Nobody left on. And at the end of 1 inning, the Pirates 2, the Yankees nothing. Well, the Pirates lead 2-0 as we swing to the top half of inning number 2, and Mickey Mantle, the Yankee center fielder, will lead off. He'll be followed by Yogi Berra and then Bill Skowron. Mantle has had 7 for 20 during the series, hitting at a .350 clip, 3 home runs and 9 runs driven in. Batting left-handed against right-hander Vernon Law. Here's a fastball inside. Backs him away, and it's ball 1. Mantle led the American League in home runs this season with 40. He had 94 runs driven across and a batting average of .276. Pitched by Vernon Law. Fastball fouled off the mask of the plate umpire Bill Jakowski. And this ball goes back into the box seats behind the plate. 1-1 on Mantle, with the Pirates leading 2-0 on Rocky Nelson's home run with a man on. Don Hoke, Pepper Pot, third baseman, talking it up for the Bucks. Dick Groth, their captain at short. Mazarovski, second. Nelson playing with arms folded in front of his chest over here at first. Now the 1-1 delivery to Mantle. A ball that's inside. He attempted to bunt, jerked the bat out of the way, and the pitch was a curve, and it was in too close. 2 balls and 1 strike on Mantle. Fans around Forbes Field thought that Mickey did attempt and pushed the bat at the pitch, but Jakowski says no, he did not. 2-1 pitch. Changeup swung on. Well hit right center. Here's Burden racing back and over. He's under the ball. He makes the catch. Mantle hit a change-of-pace curveball to deep right center, and Bill Burden caught it. 1 gone in the top half of the second. Here is Yogi Berra now, the Yankee left fielder, who's had 6 for 18 in the series, batting .333 with 4 runs driven in. Played in over 1,800 games in regular season competition, and he now is 3rd on the all-time Yankee list. Lou Gehrig played in 2,164, Babe Ruth in 2,084. 1 out and nobody on in the second. There's a strike, a breaking ball on the outside corner just above the knees. 1 strike on Berra. Pirates 2, Yankees nothing. We're in the second inning. The windup, the pitch by the Deacon on the way. Fastball foul behind Ralph Houck, the Yankee coach at first base. Hits the box seat railing. And it's 2 strikes on Yogi Berra. Game number 7, the end of the line. In Vernon Law's 2 previous appearances in the series, he pitched a total of 13 1/3 innings and won both games. Here's a ball low and away. 1-2 on Berra. Dangerous Yankee left-handed batter. 1 away. Vernon Law winding. 30-year-old right-hander kicks the left leg and delivers 1-2. Swinging a ground ball. Hook to his left. A diving, scrambling stop. To his knees. He throws. John Hook. The Hawks back to the ground. Hit to his left. Throw to his knees. And from a kneeling position, scramble to his feet and throw the ball to Nelson. And there's 2 men gone. Well, I'll tell you, he saw dollar signs written all over that ball. There's 2 gone. A great play by Don Hoke, the Pirate third baseman. Here's Bill Skowron now, the Yankee first baseman, who's been one of the hitting stars with 10 hits in 27 at-bats for a batting batting average of .370. He swings and he misses a law-breaking pitch. Strike one. Moose has 1 homer and 5 runs driven in the series. Pirates 2, Yankees nothing, top half of the second. 2 out and nobody on. Law has retired the first 5 Yankees in a row. Fastball low. Bill Skowron trying to get a hold of one. 1-1 the count. The windup. The pitch by Vernon Law. Here's a pitch inside up around the fist. He has to lean back away from it. 2 balls and 1 strike. Law with the sign winding. 2-1 pitch to Skowron. A ball is high. Pittsburgh last played in the World Series in 1927, 3 years before Vernon Law was even born. And they were swept 4 straight by these same Yankees. Last World's Championship was in 1925 for the Pirates when they beat Washington in 7 games. 3-1 pitch, curve swung on foul. Back toward the roof on the first base side. And it lands up there on the roof and is caught by a photographer. It's a full count of 3-2 on Bill Skowron. During the regular season, the Moose was the only Yankee to hit better than 300. He ended up at .309, 26 homers and 91 RBIs. The windup, the 3-2 pitch to Skowron. Swinging a chopper to the shortstop throw. Should get him. Here's the peg to Rocky Nelson. Retires the side. 3 up and 3 down again in the top half of the second for New York. No runs, no hits, and none left. After 1.5 innings of play, the Pirates 2, the Yankees nothing. Back. Smokey Burgess leads off in the last half of the second inning for Pittsburgh. He's had 4 hits in 15 at-bats with no runs driven in. A .267 batting average in World Series play. During the year, Burgess hit .294 with 7 homers and 39 RBIs. Bob Turley 2 runs behind. Winding the first pitch to Smokey Burgess. A high outside curve. Bill Stafford is still throwing in the Yankee bullpen. Shantz has sat down on the bullpen bench out there now. 1-0 on Burgess, leading off the last half of the second for the Bucks. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and got there. Past first base on the right field line. Here's Burgess rounding first. He's going to be held to a long single as Maris quickly fires that ball into Kubek at second base. A line shot between Skowron and the line, and here's Casey Stengel coming out of the Yankee dugout. Burgess got around on one, and he threw it past Bill Skowron into the right field corner. It's only the second hit off of Bob Turley, but Stengel is walking to the mound. He's had Stafford warming up. Shantz was warming up in the first inning. Stafford's been throwing since the ball game started, and Casey's looking out to the bullpen, and I believe he's going to make a change here. Of course, you have to go with your best in this one because, as Chuck mentioned earlier, there is no tomorrow. This is it. This is the end of the line as far as it can go, and Bill Stafford's being called in to relieve Bob Turley. Turley worked 1 inning and to 1 batter in the second. He allowed 2 runs and 2 hits. He didn't strike out anybody. He walked a man. And Billy Stafford, who was in a ball game the other day in New York and did such a creditable job in a relief role, is being called in. He worked 5 innings, Stafford, in a ball game at Yankee Stadium the other day, did not allow a run, gave up only 3 hits, struck out 2, and here's Turley heading for the showers. It's up to Bill Stafford now to stop the Pirates. Everyone was wondering, of course, when these Bucks were going to begin hitting. They've not been hitting the way they did during 154 games during the National League campaign. As I mentioned, they had only a .241 batting average in the 6 previous games of this World Series here in 1960. In the bottom of the first inning, though, with 2 out, Bob Skinner walked and Rocky Nelson drilled him home with a blast into the lower seats in right field. And then leading off the last half of the second against Turley, Smokey Burgess lined a bullet past Bill Skowron down the right field line for a single, and immediately Casey Stengel jumped out of the Yankee dugout at third base, went to the mound, and made a pitching change. On the mound now is young Bill Stafford, the newest member of the Yankee pitching staff. 22 32-year-old right-hander from Athens, New York. He was called up to the Yankees in mid-August, and he was one of the club's most effective pitchers down the stretch, and he also boasts the lowest earned run average on the Yankee pitching staff. He was purchased from the Richmond Farm Club. He has displayed excellent control in his brief big league career. Don Hope now, the scrappy Pittsburgh third baseman, and one of the prime candidates for the most valuable player award in the National League this year. Hope is hitting 250 in series play with 5 hits in 20 at-bats. He's driven in 3 Pittsburgh runs. Smokey Burgess on first. There's nobody out. Hope takes one high and inside for ball 1. The Pirates 2, the Yankees nothing. The ball game in the last half of inning number 2. The first 6 games has drawn a total attendance of 313,130 fans. Burgess leads at first. Stafford fires. Curveball up around the head. 2-0 on Don Hope. Johnny Blanchard gets a new baseball from the plate umpire, carries it about a third of the way out to the hill, rubs it up, and then fires it back to Bill Stafford. Taken out early by manager Casey Stengel. Even though he had had 6 days rest, Stengel did not care for what he saw. Here's the pitch to Hope. Ball 3 low and outside. The on-deck man is Bill Mazarovski. Game number 7 of the 1960 World Series. Burgess leads 3-0 pitch by Stafford is ball 4 down low. Baseman Bill Mazarovski. Fleet Boyer, the Yankee third baseman, has called time. He has gone to the mound to talk to the pitcher. Mazarovski hitting 286 in the World Series with 6 for 21. During the year, Billy the Kid batted 273. Up until Rocky Nelson hit a home run in the first inning today, Mazarovski had the only Pittsburgh home run of this World Series. Now, the Bucks have hit 2 home runs. The Yankees, of course, have 8. Ralph Terry is warming up now along with Bobby Shands in the Yankee bullpen. Here's the pitch. Maz bunts, a little dribbler down the third base line. They let it roll, and it rolls foul. He bunted one down the third base line, and about halfway toward third, the ball rolled over the foul line as both Stafford and Boyer, the pitcher and third baseman, went after it, and the runners go back. Burgess to second and Hope to first. There is nobody out. The Pirates lead 2-0 here in the last half of the second inning. Jack Quinlan and Chuck Thompson reporting the play-by-play story from Forbes Field. The ballpark that was built in 1909 and that is being shook to the rafters by the fans here today. 1 strike on Mazarovski, right-handed batter. Reliever Bill Stafford looks in to get the sign from Blanchard. Burgess leads away from second. Hope leads at first. Here's the bunt down the third base line. The pitcher has it. Throws to first base. He's safe. The bases are loaded. Bobby Richardson took the throw from the pitcher Stafford, and Mazarovski beat it out for a hit. The bases are loaded with nobody out for Vernon Law. Hit number 3 by the Pirates. A beautiful bunt by Mazarovski as he laid one down the third base line. The pitcher Stafford jumped off the hill, came over to the foul line, picked up the ball, and fired to first base to Richardson covering, but it was too late, and all hands were safe. And again, Casey Stengel is making his way to the hill. Ralph Terry, a right-hander, and little Bobby Shands, a veteran southpaw, are throwing in the New York bullpen down the left field line. The batter is going to be the Pirate pitcher, Vernon Law. Stengel talking to Stafford and Blanchard. Old Casey's jaw wigwagging up and down out there. He's going to leave Stafford in to pitch to the pitcher, Vernon Law. The Pirates have the bases loaded with nobody out. They lead 2-0 here in the last half of the second inning. Law has had 2 for 4 with 1 run driven in. base. It's a slider that's outside, ball one. Mara in left, Mantle in center, Maris in right. Single. Stafford came on, and he walked Hoke on 4 pitches, and Mazarovski beat out a bunt to load him up. 1-1 delivery, a little half swing, and he fouls it off here into the Pittsburgh dugout at first base, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. The Bucks 2, the Yankees nothing, and the Pirates threatening to get more here. The base is full, nobody out in the last half of inning number 2. Beautiful sunny day at Forbes Field. Another piece of cooperation from the weatherman. Stafford winding now. The 1-2 pitch to Vernon Law. A swing and a tap to the mound. Here's the throw to the plate out. Here's the relay to first base. It's a double play. A double play from Stafford to Blanchard to the first baseman Skowron. Burgess is forced at the plate. On the play, Don Hoke moves to third and Mazarovski goes to second base. So Law hits into a double play from the pitcher to the catcher to the first baseman. And now the Pirates have runners on second and third with 2 out, and the batter is Bill Verdon. Fine pitching by Bill Stafford. He still is not out of it, however. 22-year-old right-hander coming in here in a toughest spot that he could possibly be in. And so far, he's done a fine job after walking Hoke and giving up that bunt single to Mazarovski. He made the pitcher tap into a double play. And now here's Bill Verdon, who hit a fly ball to Yogi Berra back in the first inning. The windup and the pitch to Verdon. A swing and a shot foul into the upper deck in right field. Got around on a curveball, and they rammed it upstairs, but foul by a long margin. 1 strike on Verdon. The last 5 World Series that the Yankees have been in have gone the limit, 7 games. So far, many World Series records have been broken. Many series records have been tied. And there'll be more broken and tied in this ball game here today. 1 strike on Verdon. Pirate teammates on second and third. 2 gone in the last half of the second. The Bucks lead by 2. Young Bill Stafford winding. 0-1 to Verdon. Curveball foul down the left side out of play into the upper deck. Hits the roof and drops downstairs. 2 strikes the count on Verdon. New baseball is handed to the catcher Blanchard. He rubs it up, fires it out to Bill Stafford. This kid may be 22, but he has shown a lot of moxie down through the stretch. And he's done a terrific job in the World Series thus far. He's out in front of the batter, 2 strikes. Wind up by Stafford. New York right-hander fires a fastball high and inside. He has to jump out of the way. 1-2 on Verdon. 2 hits and a walk loaded him up. But then Law tapped into the double play by way of home plate. Buck runners on second and third lead away. Mazarovski at second. Hoke down the line of third. 1-2 pitch to Bill Verdon. Curveball line right center. Here's Maris coming on. Can't get it. A base hit. 1 run scores. Here's the other man scoring. Maris bobbles the ball and Verdon takes it second. Bill Verdon lined a shot into right center field. Roger Maris came over, had trouble picking the ball up, and 2 more runs are in, and the Pirates lead 4-0 here in the second inning. They may charge Maris with an error. It's a base hit, a single for Verdon, and an error on Roger Maris for failing to come up with a ball. 2 more runs are in, and the Pirates lead 4-0. Here's Grote hitting a foul ball down the right field line, curving back out of play, and it's 1 strike on Dick Grote. 2 runs in the bottom of the second, and Pittsburgh is now in front, 4-0 over the Yankees. 2 runs driven in on the hit by Verdon. His 4th and 5th RBIs of the series. Here's a tap down the third base line to the third baseman Boyer. The peg over to first base, and it's in time to retire the side. Grote didn't mean to swing, but he couldn't hold up. In the inning, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on. And at the end of 2 innings of play, it's the Pirates 4 and the Yankees nothing. Here's John Blanchard leading off the top half of the third for the Yankees, hitting a high pop foul out of play behind the New York dugout on the third base side. 1 strike. Blanchard Blanchard has had 4 for 7 for the Yankees in the World Series, with 1 run driven in. A batting average of .571 in series play. 27-year-old catcher from Minneapolis, left-handed batter. Here's Law's 0-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a top right back to the right side by Law, and he's going to throw him out. Vernon Law leaped and cleared that ball backhanded, and as it was headed past him and out into center field, made a fine play, and he nailed Blanchard. 1 gone in the top half of the third. The Pirates 4, the Yankees nothing. 7 men in a row have now been retired by Vernon Law. It brings up the Yankee third baseman Cletus Boyer, who has just walked up to the plate with a broken bat, and he's going to have to get a new one back here in the bat rack. 1 out, nobody on here in the third. The Yankees, so far in 6 ball games, have scored 46 runs and have 78 hits, a team batting average of 341. Compared to 17 runs scored by Pittsburgh on only 49 hits and a Pirate team average of 241, 100 points less. But so far in this baby, it's been Pittsburgh. 4 runs and 4 hits. Here's the pitch by Law to Clete Boyer. Shortens up on the bat like he's going to lay a bunt down, and he took a strike. 0-1. Bobby Shands loosening up. The pitcher due up next. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball out into short center. Here's Mazarovski going out. Burden coming on. Maz under the ball. Makes the catch. The 2 men gone. Hector Lopez is going to come out now to hit for Billy Stafford. Hector Lopez, who has 2 hits in 6 at-bats for a .333 average in the World Series. Right-handed batter, coming out to hit for the pitcher Bill Stafford. Vernon Law, bad ankle and all, has now retired 8 Yankees in a row. Bobby Shands will be the next New York pitcher. He's warming up out here in the Yankee bullpen. The Pirates scored 2 runs in the first and 2 in the second. They lead 4-0 with New York at bat in the top half of the third. Lopez in that crouch, close stance. The pitch to him as they curve it low for ball 1. Skinner in left, Burden in center, and Clemente in right. Polk, Grote, Mazarovski, and Nelson around the Buck infield. Pitch to Hector Lopez, swinging a long drive foul down the right field line and up near the football press box and off the roof and downstairs. A ball and a strike on Hector Lopez. On the road this year, the Yankees won 42 games and lost 35. Here's the pitch. Swing and a fastball, and he rams a foul into the upper deck, and a great play is made by a fan. A leaping 2-handed catch by a spectator down the right field line upstairs. It was at Yankee Stadium where the Bombers were so destructive and so brilliant against the American League opposition. They won 55 and lost 22 at New York. Here's a shot. Base hit in the hall between Hoke and Grote. Lopez lines a single into left field, and there's the first Yankee base runner. Hit number 1 on Vernon Law. Brings up the top of the order, Bobby Richardson, one of the real outstanding stars in this series so far. In the first inning today, leading off, he hit a line drive right back to Dick Grote, the Pirate shortstop. Little Bobby Richardson has 12 runs driven in the World Series, which is an all-time series record. Here's a curve, it's high, ball 1. Little fella, but what power. He demonstrated it the other day in New York, Saturday, when he hit a grand slam home run at Yankee Stadium off Clem Levine. Lopez at first, 2 gone. Richardson swings and hammers one into left field. Bob Skinner's there, comes in at second, makes the catch to retire the side. No runs and 1 hit, and 1 man left on. And at the end of 2.5 innings to play, the Pirates 4, the Yankees nothing. Little left-hander Bobby Shands becomes the 3rd Yankee pitcher of the ball game. He has been in 2 games, pitching a total of 1 1/3 innings, has not allowed a run nor a hit. Here's a little fellow with a heart as big as his entire body. From Pottstown, Pennsylvania. 5 feet 6 1/4, 154 pounds. Back in 1952, he was the American League's most valuable player with the Philadelphia A's when he won 24 and lost only 7. Bob Skinner, the Pirate left fielder, leads off against Shands. pitcher number 3 for New York. The Pirates 4, the Yankees nothing. Skinner drew a walk and scored on Rocky Nelson's tremendous home run in the first inning. Here's the ball. It's high and outside. Skinner still has some pain in the left thumb, which he jammed in the opening game here. He has quite a bit of tape wrapped around the bat handle to cut down on the pain when he swings. A ground ball to the first baseman, Skowron. Up with it, flips to the pitcher covering, and Skinner's out. Skowron to Bobby Shantz, who's covered. One away, and here's the hand for Rocky Nelson. Rocky put the Bucks in the lead with a wallop into the lower seats in right field with a man on in the first. The Bucks scored 2 more in the second. They now lead 4-0 here in the last half of the third. 1 out and nobody on base. Pirates trying for their first World's Championship in many, many years. 35 years. 1925, the last time they raised the World's Championship flag over Forbes Field. Shantz winding. Little softball fires a curveball. It's high to Nelson for ball 1. The Yankees are shooting for their 19th World's Championship. In this Game 7, the wrap-up, the final game of the 1960 World Series. Here's the pitch to Nelson. Slow curve, swung on, and hammered foul down the right field line upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike on Rocky Nelson. Again, he gave the crowd a thrill, but this time he pulled it foul down the right field line. New baseball thrown out to the pitcher. Looks in, gets the sign from Blanchard, winding now. Little left-hander fires to Nelson. A ball is high. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out and nobody on in the bottom half of the third. Pirates 4, Yankees nothing. Shantz, the third New York pitcher of the ball game, into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a curve. It's high and inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Roberto Clemente, the Pittsburgh right fielder. Well, out here yesterday to watch the 6th game of the series were 38,580. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Nelson. High curve, he walks in ball 4. Rocky Nelson gets the 3rd walk issued by Yankee pitchers. Shirley allowed 1. Stafford gave up a walk, and now Shantz has walked Rocky Nelson with 1 out in the last half of the third. Here's Clemente, who popped up to Bobby Richardson the first time at bat today. Casey Stengel on the next to top step of the New York dugout here at third base, watching everything. Shantz into the stretch. Pitch to Clemente. He bunts foul off here to the left, and it's strike 1. Clemente was one of several National Leaguers to hit better than 300. He ended up the year with a 314 average. Don Hope walking up and down here in front of the Pirate bench on the first base dugout, talking to his teammates. Well, they have figured out that the winning share will be approximately $8,500 for each winner, and the loser will get around $2,500 less than that. Pitch to Clemente, curveball down low. 1-1 on Roberto. Yogi Berra deep in left, Mantle deep in center, Roger Maris in right. Rocky Nelson on first, 1 out. The last half of the third with the Pirates leading 4-0. 1-1 on Clemente. Right-handed batter waits. Here's Shantz firing. Swinging a chopper to the second baseman, Richardson. Up with it. Tosses to Kubek. 1. Relay to first to double play. Rocky Nelson on first. 1 out. The last half of the third with the Pirates leading 4-0. 1-1 on Clemente. Right-handed batter waits. Here's Shantz firing. Swinging a chopper to the second baseman, Richardson. Up with it. Tosses to Kubek. 1. Relay to first to double play. So the side is retired on a lightning-like double play. And in the third for the Pirates, no runs, no hits, and nobody left on. And after 3 full innings of play, it's the Pirates 4, the New York Yankees nothing. Into the top half of the 4th inning, and the New York Yankees send up Tony Kubek, Roger Maris, and Mickey Mantle to try to get back into the ball game. They trail 4-0. Vernon Law out after his 3rd World Series win. Here's the windup, and the Deacon fires a strike fastball, letter high. Kubek popped up to Mazarovski the first time up today. Tony, left-handed hitting Yankee shortstop, comes from Milwaukee. Fine ball player. Here's the pitch by Vernon Law. Curve, tap foul behind the plate. Just got the end of the bat on that curveball, and it's 0-2. Yankees so far have one hit, pinch single by Hector Lopez. The Pirates have 4 hits and the only 4 runs. The ball game in the top half of the 4th inning. 2 strikes, no balls to count. Kubek waiting. Here's the pitch. It's a ball that's inside. 1-2 on Tony. Frank Cressetti down here coaching at third in his 19th World Series with the New York Yankees as player and coach. Here's a broken bat pop-up on the left side. Groth, the shortstop, back on the grass behind third, makes the catch. Kubek broke his bat and popped it up to Dick Groth. It brings up Roger Maris now, the Yankee right fielder, who fouled out to Don Hoke back in the first inning. Roger, the American League runs batted in king in 1960 with 112. 1 out, nobody on, 4th inning. Yankees down 4-0. Here's the pitch to Maris on the way. Fastball swung on and fouled back here, right behind the plate into the crowd. 0-1 on Roger. At the end of the season, the Yankees had an 8-game bulge over Baltimore and 10 games over the White Sox. A bunt foul to the left of home plate, strike 2. Pirates had a 7-game lead over Milwaukee when it was all over, and a 9-game lead over the third-place St. Louis Cardinals. Of course, a year ago, the L.A. Dodgers were the world champions. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Maris, a fastball wide. 1-2 on the left-handed swinging Roger Maris, a real muscle man in the Yankee lineup. Pirates 4, Yankees nothing, the ball game in the 4th inning. Game number 7, the deciding match. The 1-2 pitch by Law, a pop-up foul off here to the left, curving back toward the roof on the third base side. And the count remains, ball 1 and strike 2. During the course of the regular season, Vernon Law won 20 ball games. He made 35 starts. He pitched 18 complete games, which was high on the Pirates staff. Had an earned run average of 3.08. Pitch to Maris, swinging a long drive, curving foul, way up on the roof in right field. Ooh, did he tag that one? 1-2 on Maris. A long foul on the right field roof. In World Series play, Vernon Law has an earned run average of 2.77 in the 2 victories he's already. 1-2 on Maris with 1 away here in the top half of the 4th inning. Pirates out in front, 4-0. The windup and the pitch on the way to Maris. A fastball inside, up under the arms. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Maris. Mickey Mantle on deck, swinging a couple of bats around off here to the left. Law winding. Pittsburgh right-hander fires a fastball swung on, lined into right field. Clemente is there, and he reaches up to make the catch. A clothesliner caught by Roberto Clemente in right field in front of the 375 sign. 2 gone here in the Yankee 4th, and it brings up Mickey Mantle. Mantle hit a fly ball to Bill Verdon the first time at bat. 2 out and nobody on. Yankees at bat in their half of the 4th inning, trailing the Pirates 4-0. Here's the windup. The pitch by Law. Slow curve lined, and it's a base hit in the right field for Mantle. Clemente comes up with that ball. Mickey reached out and hit a slow curveball between Mazarovski and Rocky Nelson into right field. Hit number 2 by the Yankees off Vernon Law. It brings up Yogi Berra, the New York left fielder, who was robbed of a hit by Don Hoke's scrambling, diving stop back in the 2nd inning. Mantle on first base, 2 gone. Pirates lead 4-0. The ball game in the 4th inning at Forbes Field, Pittsburgh. The Yogi man up there swinging that stick around. Here's the pitch to him. A curveball is fouled back here. Just hits the top busy time both here at Forbes Field and in New York Yankee Stadium. In the first two games here last week, 48,000 World Series programs were sold at Forbes Field. Give you an idea of how these people are buying up things. One strike on Berra. Here's Law stretching, firing fastball outside to Yogi. A ball and a strike. Vernon Law out after his third World Series victory. He has won 6-4 and 3-2 so far. Here's a curved line in the right field. It's going to be out there. Maybe Clemente runs hard. One-handed catch. Yogi Berra lines to Clemente down the right field line. He caught it on the dead run. No runs and one hit and one man left on. And after 3.5 innings of play, it's the Pirates 4, the Yankees nothing. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning with the Pirates coming to bat. They lead the Yankees 4-0. And Burgess, who lined a single into right field the first time up, faces southpaw Bobby Shantz. Here's the pitch to Smokey. Fastball hit on the ground at the second baseman Bobby Richardson. Up with it. Here's the toss to Skowron, and Burgess, digging down that line, is out by about 4 steps. One gone, and here is Don Hoke. He walked and scored a run in the second, and he's made one of the outstanding plays of the game so far. Ex-Marine, an ex-professional fighter, Don Hoke. One out, nobody on base, last half of the fourth. Pirates 4, Yankees nothing. Shantz winding, the pitch to Don Hoke. A strike hit the outside corner, letter high. Breaking ball. One strike on Don. Shantz, third New York pitcher, Turley started, then Bill Stafford. Here's a fastball, a strike 2 call. Shantz really popped one in that time, threw it with some mustard on it. 0-2. Blanchard turns around, says something to Bill Jakowski, the plate umpire. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A ball that's outside, backhanded by Johnny Blanchard, the Yankee catcher. 1-2 the count on Don Hoke. One out and nobody on, last half of the fourth inning. Shantz looks in. Shrugs his shoulders. He's into the windup now. The 1-2 pitch to Hoke. Swinging a ground ball to the second baseman, Richardson. Up with it. Here's the toss to Skowron at first base, and there are 2 men gone. That brings up Bill Mazarovski, who beat out a bunt down the third base line to load the bases and set up the 2-run rally in the Pittsburgh second inning. Bill Mazarovski, right-handed batter. One of the outstanding second basemen in either league. The windup by Shantz and the pitch to Mazarovski. A ball that's outside. He started to go. He almost stepped across home plate to hit that one. It was outside for ball 1. 4-0 Pirates lead the ball game in the bottom of the fourth. Bobby Shantz looks in, starts his winding motion. Little left-hander fires a curveball that's inside above the knees. Too close, ball 2. The Bucks scored 2 in the first inning on Rocky Nelson's drive into the right field seats, and they picked up 2 more in the second. 4 runs, 4 hits. Yankees, no runs, 2 hits. Little Bobby Shantz winding. 2-0 pitch. Curveball popped up, short left. Out goes Kubek. In comes Berra. Kubek calling for the ball in short left, and he makes the catch to retire the side. In the bottom of the fourth inning for the Pirates, 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. And the score after 4 innings of play is the Pirates 4 and the New York Yankees nothing. We go to the 5th inning. Bill Skowron leads off, and he takes the first pitch from Law, a strike called. Now the delivery bunted down the first base line, foul. A line drive bunt down the first base line for foul, and a fan leans over the railing out here and has a World Series souvenir, a baseball. 2 strikes on Bill Skowron, trying to get something started for the Yankees in the 5th inning. They trail Pittsburgh 4-0. Activity in the Yankee bullpen. Right-hander Jim Coates is warming up. Swinging a fly ball, well hit right field. Way back. It is a home run for Skowron. Into the 1960 World Series, and his 11th base hit. A home run by Bill Skowron over the right field screen into the lower deck. And the Yankees have their first run and their third hit off Vernon Law. It's now 4-1 in favor of the Pirates, as Skowron leads off the Yankee fifth with a towering drive over the screen into the right field lower deck. Oh, that guy has power. Left field, center field, right field. They try to pitch him away, and he'll go with it and pop the ball to the opposite field, which he just did. Johnny Blanchard up now, hit one back to the pitcher, and Law made a great stab and threw him out the first time up. A curve is fouled up over the roof on the first base side, out into the street. 0-1. So the Yankees have scored a run here on Skowron's leadoff home run in the top half of the fifth. Pirates now out in front by 3 runs. Pitch to Blanchard, a ball, it's wide. 1-1 on John. Getting down to the tail end of the order. Chance is due up in this inning. Here's a fly ball into short center. Bill Verdon coming on hard. Now he slows up. He's under the ball waiting, makes the catch. Blanchard looks one to Bill Verdon in short center field. That brings up the New York Yankee third baseman Clete Boyer. Popped up to Mazarovski the first time at bat today. Boyer, who had been the leadoff man for the Yankees, was dropped to the number 8 slot, and Bobby Richardson, who has shown tremendous power, was elevated to the leadoff position in Stengel's batting order today. Here's a bunt attempt. He missed it for a strike. He fouled the ball right into the glove of Smokey Burgess. 0-1 on Clete Boyer. 1 out, nobody on base, and a run in on a tremendous blast by Bill Skowron into the right field seats. The Pirates 4, the Yankees 1. Here's the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Little Elroy Face has begun to warm up in the Pirate bullpen down the right field line. Here's the 0-2 pitch, a ball low and away. 1-2 on Clete Boyer. Face, who has been one of the standouts in this World Series, is warming up in the Pirate bullpen. The 1-2 pitch by Vernon Law. Changeup, it's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This was Law's best season in organized baseball. He won 20 and he lost 9. And of course, he's had a great World Series too, with 2 wins in 2 starts. He's out in front right now, 4-1, pitching against the Yankees in their half of the fifth. The 2-2 pitch to Boyer. Swinging a line drive to Mazarovski. 2 out. Boyer hit a screaming Mimi right back to Mazarovski, the Pirates' second baseman, and they're 2 gone. And here's Chance coming out. He's going to hit for himself. This is a good hitting pitcher, this little guy. Bobby Chance. He was up only 10 times during the season. He had 2 hits. Little fella, number 30, right-handed batter. The pitch to him is a strike, runner high on the inside corner. 2 out, nobody on. Skowron opened up the 5th inning with a home run into the right field seats. The 0-1 pitch to Bobby Chance. A swing and a line foul down the left field line. It's going to be out toward the Yankee bullpen. 2 strikes to count on Chance. Yankees in their 25th World Series. Here's the 0-2 pitch by Law. A ball is wide, just outside to a right-handed batter. Yankees have had 18 World Championships. The Pirates have had just 2, 1909 and 1925. The 1-2 pitch to Chance. Fastball high and away. 2-2 on Bobby, even up now. Fielder Clemente very shallow. So is Verdon in center field. Skinner about medium in left. 2-2 pitch to Chance. A high pop-up on the right side of the diamond. Here's Rocky Nelson coming in toward the mound. In toward the plate, he makes the catch from the other side. In the inning, the top of the 5th for the Yankees. 1 run, 1 hit, a home run by Bill Skowron. Nobody left on. And after 4.5 innings of play at Forbes Field, it's the Pirates 4, the New York Yankees 1. Bottom of the 5th, Vernon Law, the pitcher, will lead off for the Pirates. And here to bring you the play-by-play report of the last half of this ball game, the gentleman from Washington, D.C., Chuck Thompson.
Thanks a lot, Jack Quinlan, and good afternoon, everybody. Bobby Shantz, the little left-hander from New York, into the wind, deals, and Law swings and misses strike one. Vernon Law facing Yankee pitching for the second time this afternoon. The last time he batted, in the second inning with the bases loaded, he bounced into a very quick double play. Pitcher to the plate to first. And the one-strike pitch coming on is a little high to the right-hander, Vernon. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Vernon Law. No doubt you can pick up that scream in the background as left-hander Shantz deals. Law looks, it's high and inside. He rocks back out of the way. 2-1 now. I recognize that call. It belongs to a Washington Senator baseball fan who was out here. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Pirate hurler, Vernon Law. And little Bobby Shantz looking down to Blanchard now to pick up on the side. 4-1, the Pirates over the Yankees here on the bottom of the swing, and a long fly ball deep to left. It may go all the way if it stays there. It is a foul ball at the last moment. A foul ball. Oh, Mr. Law had it hit. It was all the way far out into the afternoon, but at the last moment, Stan Landis, the umpire down the left field foul line, gave it the wave off. And a tremendous ovation for Vernon Law. Boy, he unloaded. During the regular year, Vernon Law hit for an average of 181, but he also had a home run. And he just missed by not more than a couple of feet having a World Series home run. Pitch, swinging a ground ball up the third base side, gloved beautifully by Cletus Boyer. He throws to first base in time to get Vernon Law for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 down as Law grounds out to the third baseman, Cletus Boyer. What a thrill for this jam-packed crowd here at Forbes Field to see pitcher Vernon Law make a bid for a home run, and believe me, that ball looked pretty good all the way down the line, and then just hooked out in the deep left field corner. Top of the order now, Bill Verdon, left-hand swinging center fielder. Shantz into the move. First pitch coming down to Verdon is a ball high and away. Bill flat out to the left fielder Yogi Berra in the first inning. Then he rammed a single down the alley in right center field in the second inning to drive in 2 Pirate runs. Verdon looks, and the breaking ball is low inside left-handed, and the count now 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out here. Last half of the 5th inning, the Pirates at work against the Yankees left-hander Bobby Shantz. And in the final game, the 7th one, the big one of the 1960 series, the Pirates lead by a score of 4-1. Now the 2-0 to Verdon. Curveball, he cuts and misses, strike 1. 2-1 now to Bill. The bag at third is Cletus Boyer. Yankee infield overshifts to the first base side. And the 2-1 pitch coming down to Verdon. Another hook, and this rips in there, and the strike 2 is called. Boy, that one really busted over the plate. 2-2. 1 away. Done on. And Shantz in the move now. The 2-2 pitch coming down to Verdon. He curved him, swinging the drive to the right side of the second baseman Richardson. He drifts over about a step and a half, makes the pickup on the throw to first, and plenty of time to get Verdon for the second out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now here comes shortstop and captain, the leading hitter of the National League, Dick Grote. And this afternoon, against Yankee pitching, he is 0 for 2, having popped to short and grounded out to third. Right-hand swinger, Dick Grote, against the southpaw slants of the little man, Bobby Shantz. Into the move now. First pitch coming down to Grote is a curveball that chipped off the inside corner of the letters. Strike 1 to Grote. Shirley started the ball game, pitched 1 inning and 1 man in the second, then was lifted for Stafford, who pitched 1 inning. And now Bobby Shantz. A 1-strike pitch. Grote swings, and there's a drive right back at pitcher Shantz, and he holds on a line drive right back to the pitcher for the final out of the inning. So the Pirates are 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. And the score at the end of 5 complete now, the Pirates 4 and the Yankees 1. Bobby Richardson leads leads off for the Yankees in the top half of the sixth inning. And Bob has been to the plate 25 times in this series with 6 base hits, a little bit of everything. He's had a pair of doubles and a pair of triples, a home run and a grand slammer at that, and 12 runs batted in, which incidentally is a new World Series record of 12 runs batted in a 6-game series. Well, here we are in the 7th, and this is the big one. And here's Richardson to face Vernon Law. Richardson lined out to the shortstop in the first inning and then hit a line drive to Bob Skinner in left field in the third. Big right-hander Law into the move now. The first pitch to Richardson. He ran up, bunted, and missed. Strike one. Richardson kind of shuffled up to the front of the box and then dropped the bat in front of the ball, but missed it, and a strike. 1 strike to Bob Richardson. He'll be followed by Kubek and Maris in the Yankee half of the 6th inning. Ready to go now. Law, who doesn't waste very much time, into the move now, and the 1-strike pitch coming to Richardson. Swung on a fly ball, hit out into shallow center. Coming out is Bill Burden, still moving, can't get there, has to play it on the first hop, and Richardson is on with the 4th Yankee hit of the afternoon. A single to center field. A line drive that dropped in front of Bill Burden, who didn't have any chance of getting to the ball. So with the Pirates leading the Yankees 4-1 in the top of the 6th inning, here is Tony Kubek, 0 for 2 this afternoon against Vernon Law. He has popped to second and popped out to short. Kubek, having a slam bang series for New York prior to this afternoon's game, was hitting .370 with 10 hits in 27 trips. Law sets, throws. Kubek looks, it's low inside and a ball. The Pirates over the Yankees. Down on the Pirate bullpen, Elroy face and Haddix. Pitch coming down to Kubek. He started a swing and held back on it. Now Burgess spins around and played umpire Tchaikovsky, who says, no, he didn't commit himself. Therefore, it'll be a ball 2. Kubek started to go and then held off, spun away from the pitch, and the count is 2 balls, no strikes. Well, the Pirate third baseman Don Hoke has come on in to the mound very briefly to say a word or two to Vernon Law. Haddix, the southpaw. Elroy Face, the right-hander, working in the Pirate bullpen in the right field corner. Leadoff hitter Richardson, single to center field. And now here's Kubek waiting the 2-0 pitch from Vernon Law. He sets and throws. Kubek leaned in as if to look the pitch all the way, and it's a strike call. Ran the hands up the bat and then leaned in over the plate and took it all the way. 2 balls, 1 strike. Burgess pumps up the side, holds out the target there for Law, who throws a pitch inside to left-hand batting Kubek, and the count mounts up now, 3-1. And an uneasy stir from the spectators here at Forbes Field. This is the big one. This is for all of the money. This is for the glory and the gold, as they'd say. The 7th game of the 1960 series. The Pirates lead it 4-1 over New York. The Yanks with a runner at first and none out. And the 3-1 to Kubek. He takes all the way. And Law pumped it right in there for a strike 2 call. So fill the count now. 3-2 to Tony Kubek. Stengel now up on the top step of the Yankee dugout down the third base side. Eagle-eyeing every move made by Pirate hurler Vernon Law. He's all ready to go. The set, the 3-2. Richardson holds and the pitch is taken low for a ball 4. Well, Richardson moves to second base now as Vernon Law has given up the walk to Tony Kubek. And out of the Pirate dugout from the first base side now comes the dandy little Danny Murtaugh. This will be the first walk issued this afternoon by Vernon Law. And in 272 innings during the course of the regular year, while Murtaugh now confers with his hurler, in 272 innings of regular pitching this year, Vernon Law only gave up 40 walks and struck out 120. So a base on balls issued by Vernon Law is almost an oddity, but he walked Kubek. And the Yankees now have runners at first and second. And if you want to look down to the plate to Roger Maris, you could point out that the Yankees have the tying run at the plate. And there's Danny Murtaugh giving that well-known sign to the Forbes Field fans, holding his palm down parallel to the ground just above his knees, indicating he wants the little fella, Elroy Face, and here he comes. Vernon Law has today pitched 5 innings and has allowed the New York Yankees a total of 4 base hits. He walked 1. He didn't fan a batter and has given up 1 run. the leadoff home run to Bill Skowron in the 5th inning. Coming on now is Elroy Face, making his 4th World Series appearance. He has pitched 7 1/3 previous innings, but a good hand goes up for Vernon Law. A standing ovation. Listen to this. Face has been called from the bullpen by Danny Murtaugh in this the blue chip game. As we mentioned, it's his 4th appearance. He has pitched 7 1/3 innings, allowed 3 base hits and 2 Yankee runs, has an earned run of 2.52. Actually, going back in this series, Elroy Face has allowed no hits and only 1 walk against the last 17 Yankees to face him. And it's Elroy Face of forkball fame to pitch to Roger Maris with none out. And Yankee runners at first and second base. Top of the 6th inning, the Pirates lead the ball game by a score of 4-1, and the Yanks have got a little bit of something going for him right now. And Face is out there to see if he can do, as he has done so many times in the past, stop him dead. Jack Quinlan notes that pitcher Vernon Law appeared to be limping a little bit as he went to the Pirate dugout. He has been pitching with an injured ankle, and it was painful, but he said, well, I'll have all winter to rest up. Well, here's the game again. Maris steps in. Face throws a strike out of the inside corner. Maris putting up some kind of a beat now to Bill Chakowski, the plate umpire. There, Little Richardson, the runner for New York at second base. On at first base, Kubek. Richardson opened the inning with a single to center. Kubek then worked the count 3-2 to Vernon Law and drew a walk. And Elroy Face is now in relief of the Pirate right-hander Law. 1 strike to the left-hand swinging Roger Maris. Face into the set. He deals. Curveball misses outside, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Maris. What a ball game, and why not the climax, the finish to the 1960 World Series. And it's been, well, I guess one of the words you could select and be pretty nearly right. You could say it's been a wacky sort of a series. Unusual, to say the least. 1 ball, 1 strike to Maris. None out. Yankee runners at first and second. The pitch swinging a long foul ball down the right field side into the upper deck and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Maris. Without saying, the Pirate fans here at Forbes Field now settle back in their seats just a little bit, but that foul ball by Maris brought him right up on the edge. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Roger Maris. None out. Runners at first and second base. Face sets, throws. He swings and the ground ball is pulled foul outside of first, bouncing toward the box seat. And the count continues. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Maris. Swinging a couple of bats over there in the on-deck circle down the third base side for New York is Mickey Mantle. So Face has got the meat end of the Yankee batting order to try and work his way through. Actually, it'd be kind of tough to single out any section of the Yankee batting order and say it's the hardest hitting. They have hit well from top to bottom. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Richardson leads second base. Kubek shoves off to his lead at first. Face into the stretch, sets and throws. Swinging a high pop-up off the third base side. Back goes Don Holt. Backpedaling. Road is with him. Holt in foul territory. Makes the catch. 1 away on the runner's hold. Maris fouls out the third baseman. Don Holt. Richardson holds second. Kubek at first. 1 away now. Mantle had been up to the plate all ready to go, and now Casey Stengel has called him back toward the dugout, and I see that Mantle had forgotten to take that plastic helmet up there. Well, whenever you think about the tension and the excitement that goes into a World Series game, here's certainly a great pro, and many years a polished performer with the Yankees. Mantle about to step in without the plastic helmet. But he has returned to the dugout, has donned the cap, and now steps in. left hand swinging against the right hand pitching of Elroy Face. 1 out. Yankee runners first and second. Pirates 4. And the Yankees 1 and Face into the stretch. The first pitch coming to Mantle. He swings ground ball right back through the middle. Going hard as the shortstop dives. Can't get the ball. The front field to center field for the base hit. And Richardson is going to score. Down to third base goes Kubek. And Mantle has singled through the middle to center field to drive in the second Yankee run. That's Mantle's second hit of the afternoon. And it's now the Pirates 4, the Yankees 2. 1 out on the inning. And Yankee runners on the corners. Mantle at first, Kubek at third, and Yogi Berra stepping in against Elroy Face. That would be Mantle's 10th run batted in this 1960 series. Berra this afternoon, 0 for 2, stopped on a tremendous play by Hoke, and then he flied out to right in the fourth inning. The pitch swinging a ground ball down the first base side. It is a foul ball at the last moment, just foul. It took a short hop and kangarooed way up in the air over the head of the first baseman, Rocky Nelson. And when it came down, Nestor Shylock, first base umpire, right on top of the play, gave it the foul call. And as we looked down the first base side here at Forbes Field, we could see it was not fouled by a whole lot. Strike 1. Kubek at third, Mantle at first, 1 out. Pirates 4, Yankees 2. And the Yankees are making their move here in this top half of inning number 6. And Elroy Face is on for the Buccos to see if he can stop him. The set, the little right-hander throws. Berra swings. There's a high fly ball deep in the right field. I don't know about it. It may be in there. It is going to be a home run for Yogi Berra. Right field foul line, all the way into the deep right field corner, and we had to hold up because it was threatening to go foul, but it held in there, dropped in fair, a 3-run home run blast for Yogi Berra, and the Yankees have battled back out in front again. The Yankees 5 and the Pirates 4 on the 3-run home run blast by Yogi Berra. Bob Friend and Harvey Haddix are at it in the Pirate bullpen down in the right field corner. And now it's Yankees 5 and the Pirates 4. As Skowron steps in against Face, he takes low and outside, ball 1. That's the first Berra base hit of the series, but hasn't been a single. And it was a powerful punch of bat, a 3-run home run. The pitch swinging a foul back on the netting behind the plate. And the count is a ball and a strike to Bill Skowron. That for Yogi Berra will be his 11th World Series home run. 11 World Series home runs for the incomparable Yogi Berra. And now it's Yanks 5, Pirates 4. Face delivers 1-1 to Skowron. It's up too high to the big right-hand batter. Ball 2. 2-1 now. Face not wasting any time at all. Into the Y now. The 2-1 to Skowron. He swings and pops him up off the third base side foul. Chasing back goes Don Hoke. He may have a play near the box seat railing. Comes in a little bit. Has it. And that'll be the second out of the inning of Skowron. Fouls out to third baseman Don Hoke. 2 down now. And the batter will be the Yankee catcher, Johnny Blanchard. Blanchard now. The pitch is a ball low inside to the left-hand swinger. Blanchard went out on a wonderful play by Vernon Law in the third inning. Vernon made a leaping one-handed grab to steer his ground ball in the third, and then Blanchard flied out to center in the fifth inning. 1 ball, no strikes now. Berra has just hit a 3-run home run, and the Yankees lead the Pirates 5-4. The pitch is down low. Ball 2, 2-0 now. Vernon Law is charged with 3. The New York Yankee runs. The other 2 are charged to a reliever, Elroy Face, who's in the move now, but 2-0 to Blanchard. Swinging a ground ball, pulled foul outside of first, and the count is 2-1. Beautiful weather in Forbes Field, Pittsburgh. The entire 1960 series has been marked by most unusual weather of a most pleasant variety. Clear, sunshiny afternoons. Just a little bit of a haze here at Forbes Field this afternoon. The 2-1 to Blanchard is a ball up high, 3-1. 70 degrees as Law took the mound in the 7th and final game at Forbes Field. And now Elroy Pace has replaced Vernon Law. And he's into the move now. The 3-1 pitch coming to Johnny Blanchard. Swinging a ground ball foul outside of first. And the count now 3-2. The New York Yankees have hit 10 home runs in this 1960 series. The record is 12 in a 7-game series, and you might suspect it's held by the New York Yankees in 1956. Full count now, 3-2 to Johnny Blanchard. 2 out, none on. And the pitch, swinging a high on first base way, waiting as Nelson grabs on a knee-high hop, trudges to the bag, and tags up ahead of Blanchard for the final out. Well, the Yankees grabbed 4 big runs in the inning on a total of 3 base hits. No Pirate errors, none left. And the score at the end of 5 1/2 innings of play is the New York Yankees 5, the Pittsburgh Pirates 4. Skinner leads off for the Pittsburgh Pirates in the last half of the 6th inning. Skinner walked in the 1st inning, and when Nelson ripped one into the right field seat, scored the first run of the game. Nelson with a 2-run home run blast in the 1st inning, and the Pirates grabbed 2 more in the 2nd inning on a 2-run single by Bill Burden. But then the Yankees came on with a big 4 runs in the top of the 6th inning and have taken over now a 5-4 lead. And here's Skinner to face the little left-hander Bobby Shantz. First pitch coming down to Skinner, swinging a fly ball deep to right. Back and waiting is Maris. He's there and makes the grab. 1 out. Skinner flies out to the right fielder, Roger Maris. Well, here's the hero of the 1st inning in the 7th game, so far as Pirate fans are concerned, Rocky Nelson. Boy, he bombed one. He really put it in there. Off starting pitcher Bob Turley of the Yankees. The Yankees have come battling back via their favorite punch, the home run ball. The pitch to Nelson is swinging a ground ball down the first base side, waiting and scouring. He digs it out neatly, now throws to Shantz, the pitcher covering at first, in time to get Nelson for the 2nd out. 2 up, 2 down for the Pirates in the bottom of the 6th, and now it'll be Roberto Clemente, who popped out to second baseman Richardson and then hit into a very sharp double play. Richardson to Kubek to Skowron in the 3rd inning. Ralph Terry and Jim Coates, a couple of long, lean right-handers, are going for Stengel down in the Yankee bullpen in left field. 2 out, none on. Yankees 5 and the Pirates 4. The 7th deciding game. Shantz throws, he curved him, beautiful pitch, and Clemente took it all the way for a strike. A little southpaw from Ambler, PA, brings the arm down, throws a fastball, but it's low and inside, and a ball. 1-1 now to Clemente. A little quiet in Forbes Field right now. 1 ball, 1 strike to Clemente. 2 out, none on. Last half of the 6th inning, 5-4. The Yankees. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2, and Clemente went around and around that bat, trying to find that chance curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Shantz in the move. The 1-2 to Clemente. Ground ball hit off the third base side of the mound, fielded by the pitcher Shantz. Recovers, throws to first in time to get Clemente, and that'll be the final out of the inning. Shantz, one of the fine fielding pitchers in baseball, throws out Clemente. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. And the score at the end of 6 complete now, it's the Yankees 5 and the Pirates 4. Cleve Boyer, right-hand swinging third baseman for the Yankees in the 7th game, will lead off from the top of the 7th inning. Yankees 5, Pirates 4. And Elroy Pace, all ready to go to work. Pilot right-handed throws. Strike right over the outside corner above the knees. Well, the Ford Field fans, of course, are hoping that the Pirates will demonstrate that great facility for bouncing back. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike two. 2 strikes now to Cletus Boyer. The Buccos of Danny Murtaugh, no less than 29 times in the past season, trailing after 6 innings, came on to win. Swinging a high fly ball deep in the left. Skinner digging hard, going to his left, still moving, and now it's Verdon crossing over, and Verdon makes the easy catch in deep left center. Skinner going hard, it looked as though he might not get to the ball, and then Verdon just drew up right in front of it to handle it without any trouble at all. Boyer flies out to the center field of Verdon. And the Ford Field fans now give a good reception to the Yankee hurler Bobby Shantz, who has retired 11 in a row since he's come in the ball game. As a batter in the 5th inning, Shantz popped out to the first baseman Rocky Nelson. The pitch is a ball. To say the least, Shantz doesn't present too much of a strike zone. Now face into the move. Swinging a high foul ball out of play behind the plate, back among the spectators. And the count to Shantz, 1 ball and 1 strike. One strike to Shantz. Elroy face in relief of Vernon Law into the move now, and the 1-1 coming down to the right-hand swinger. It's too high on a ball. 2-1 now. Well, this officially will be the end of the 1960 baseball season. And Pace throws the 2-1 to Shantz, cut on a ground ball down the third base side, over the head of Don Hope, the third baseman, out at the deep left field corner, racing for the ball is Skinner. Here's Shantz around third with a big turn, and then he holds on and digs back in with a bouncing single over the head of third baseman Don Hope. Skinner got to the ball very quickly at the foul line, and Shantz made the big turn at first and then went right back in there. 1 out, runner at first, Shantz, and the top of the Yankee batting order, Bobby Richardson, who has lined to short, lined out to left, and singled to center field. And has scored a run. Pirate infield up, a quick throw to first base, but back in time is Shantz. Pace thought he might catch little Bobby going the wrong way and almost did. Nelson was off the bag slightly. And the pitch is taken inside, and that time Richardson squared on the pitch as if he were going to bunt, and then took the pitch inside for a ball. In the Pirate bullpen, Bob Friend and Harvey Haddix. Pace ready to go again. Looks over to check Shantz. Throws, strike, and again Richardson was taken all the way, ran the hands up the bat, and looked it over. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pirate infield up a couple of steps in double play depth. 1 out. And the pitch swinging. There's a line drive down the right field side. Is a foul ball. A foul ball at the last moment. A line drive hit about halfway down the right field foul line. Out foul by about 2 or 3 feet. So the count to Richardson, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Richardson taking face to the opposite field, and it wasn't fouled by a whole lot. Shantz now taking a leisurely stroll back toward first. He's trying to save a little bit. Of course, when you're in the 7th game of the World Series, you're in there to go as hard as you can go, as long as you can go, and never mind saving it because you got the whole winter to rest up. Now the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Richardson. Now the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Richardson. Shantz leads first, the set by Pace, the pitch. High pop-up foul, and it'll be out of play off the third base side. And the count continues 1-2. That old baseball bounced around quite a little bit, hitting the upper deck off the third base side, and they couldn't hold it up there, so charged the second-story tenants down the left field side with an error. And the lower box seat fans held onto it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, Yankees batting, top half, 7th inning. Score, the Yankees 5, the Pirates 4, final game of the series. Elroy face now delivers. Richardson swings, ground ball third base way. Don Hope has, goes to second. That's 1. And that's the only play possible. They execute the 4, so Bob Shantz coming in at second base for the 2nd out of the inning. And on at first base on the force is Richardson. 2 down now, and the batter will be Tony Kubek. Kubek popped to second, popped out to short, drew a walk in the 6th inning. And And that walk, incidentally, was what sent Vernon Law out of the ball game and brought in Elroy Pace. 2 out. Richardson, the runner, at first base. Nelson plays him tight to the bag that way. Face into the stretch. Sets and throws. Kubek looks. It's inside low on the ball. Burgess held it up there just a little while for plate umpire Jakowski to look at. 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch coming down. No quick throw to first. Back in time is Richardson. No tag made by Rocky Nelson. And the 1-0 no. Another quick throw to first. And this time Nelson made the tag, but not in time. 1 ball, no strikes. To the batter, Kubek. 2 down. Richardson edges out to that lead again. Face sets. Looks over to first, then turns and throws. Swinging a line drive into right field. Clemente to his right, stops, and he's got it for the final out of the inning. Kubek lined out to the right fielder, Clemente, for the Yankees in the 7th inning. No runs, 1 base hit, no Pirate errors, and a man is left. The score at the end of 6 1/2 innings of play. The Yankees 5 and the Pirates 4. The official paid attendance has just been made known here at Forbes Field. For the 7th and the final game, 36,683 paid. 36,683 paid. We're ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. Shantz on the mound, taking his final tune-up tosses. And against the little left-hander will come the southpaw swinging little round man, Smokey Burgess. It'll be Burgess, Don Hoke, and Mazarovski in that order in the Pirate half of the 7th inning. And what a ball game. What a series. All ready to go. And now the Forbes Field fans begin to warm to the task as Burgess steps in. And we're ready to go. The Yankee outfield is cut around a little bit toward the right field side to Smokey. Burgess this afternoon singled between Scour and the bag at first base in the 2nd inning, and then grounded out to Richardson in the 4th. The pitch is a strike call as Shantz trotted the curveball in there. The 7-game total attendance in the 60 World Series, 349,813. Yankee bullpen active again with Coates and Terry. Now the 1-strike pitch coming down to Burgess. Shantz throws, curve, swinging a drive, hit right back through the middle, base hit to center field. Burgess starts the Pirates in the 7th with a single to center. That brings up Don Hoke, and we're going to get a pinch runner for Burgess. Joe Christopher has come on to run for Smokey Burgess. Christopher is running for Burgess at first, and the batter will be Don Hoke. Hoke threw the walk in the 2nd inning, grounded out to second base in the 4th inning. The base hit by Burgess a moment ago is the first Pirate base hit since back in the 2nd. Now the left-hander throws. Hoke takes inside and almost hit him. Is turned away from an inside offering. Ball 1. Well, where Terry and Coates have been kind of throwing rainbows down there in the bullpen in left field for the Yankees, they're beginning to hum the ball a little better right now. Leadoff hitter Burgess single to center field. He's replaced by runner Christopher, who leads first base. Scouring tight to the bag. The 1-0 pitch coming to right-hand batting Hoke. He takes it inside for a ball 2. Ran the hands up the bat and shrugged away from an inside offering. It's very nearly hit him. 2 balls, no strikes. And the tension mounts with each and every pitch. We've had goosebumps standing out on us ever since the first pitch of this ball game. It's been that kind of an afternoon. The Yankees 5 runs on 7 hits. The Pirates 4 runs on 5. Shantz is ready. The 2-0 to Hope. He takes again inside and a ball 3. 3-0. Stengel is up on the top step of the Yankee dugout, stirring around nervously. Your 3-0 pitch coming down to Don Hoke. Here it is. It's a strike. Or over the inside corner of the knees, 3-1, and Don was evidently under wraps, taking all the way. Now looks down third base way to the coach, Frank Osiak, to see what could be brewing on this 3-1 delivery. To the Pirate third baseman, Don Hope. Christopher, the runner at first, none out in the Pirate half of the seventh. The set by Chance, the 3-1. It's a foul ball on a bunt. Tick the bat foul at the plate, 3-2. Gave little or no indication of the bunt that time other than running the hands up the bat. There wasn't too much body action on his part. He just slid the hands up the bat and chopped at the ball. Bunted it foul at the plate. 3-2 to Don. Well, we'll keep an eye on Christopher over there at first base. 3 balls, 2 strikes. None out. Christopher, the runner at first. Scour naturally holding him on, playing him tight to the bag. And Little Chance, being a left-hander, is looking right down his throat. Here's the stretch, the set, and the throw to first base, but diving back under the throw is Christopher. No play. Chance on that pickoff throw, usually sidearms to first base. Now time is called as Hope spills out of the batting box just as Chance was about ready to throw. Well, it's an old waiting game. Hope says, I have to wait on you, then you're going to wait on me a little bit. Here we go now. The lead by Christopher. Chance into the stretch. He sets, and the 3-2 to Hope. There goes Christopher. He swings a long fly ball deep to the left field corner. Berra coming on is there to grab it. Makes the catch, and now racing back to first base. Ahead of the throw goes Christopher. Well, Hope hit it pretty good. A line drive, but Berra got a good jump on the ball. Racing toward the foul line, was able to haul it in for the first down of the inning. 1 down, and now the batter is Mazarovski. And before Mazarovski steps in, Blanchard has gone to the mound to talk a little bit with Bob Chance. Third baseman Cletus Boyer is in and out, charging out of that Yankee dugout. Racing up to the mound comes one of the greatest names in baseball, Casey Stengel. Speaking of great names in baseball, Stan Musial is sitting in a front row seat in the St. Louis Cardinal box down along the first baseline. And you look a long time before you find any greater than that man. Well, plate umpire Bill Jakowski has made a trip up there to the mound and said, well, fellas, we better break up the conference. We got a ball game on our hands. So Stengel now goes back to the Yankee dugout off the third base side. Boyer takes over his position at third base. Blanchard down behind the plate again. 1 out of the inning. And here is Mazarovski, who had a bunt single to load the bases in the second inning and popped out the shortstop in the fourth. Chance is ready. He throws. Ground ball hit sharply up the third base side. Charging Kubek makes a grab. Throws to second. 1 out. Back to first. Double play. Short to second to first. A lightning quick double play for the New York Yankees. And they're out of trouble here in the bottom of the 7th inning. For the Pirates, no runs. 1 base hit. No Yankee errors. None left. And the score now at the end of 7. It's the New York Yankees 5 and the Pirates 4.
Featuring superstars Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, and Bill Mazarovski.
In that a pinch runner entered the game for Burgess, the Pirates have Hal Smith behind the plate as we go to the 8th inning, and here's Roger Maris. Swings and hits a line drive down to that right field corner. It is going to be a foul ball at the last moment. It's off that big wall down there, 300 feet away and about 6 or 8 feet foul. Just a long strike to Maris, who's looking for his first base knock in this final game. Fouled out to third, lined out to right, fouled out to third. Elroy Face on the mound, and Hal Smith is now the Pirate catcher. Top of the 8th, Yankees 5, Pirates 4. The pitch swinging a ground ball right back to the third base side of the mound. Going hard, Face makes a grab, recovers, throws to first in time to get Roger Maris on a wonderful play. On his follow-through, Face came off the first base side of the mound and then had to retreat very rapidly to the third base side of the mound and make the pickup and recover in time to throw out Maris, who was going along pretty good. 1 out in the Yankee half of the 8th inning, and now here is Mantle, who has 2 hits in 3 trips and a run batted in. All ready to go now. Face into the move. The first pitch to the left-hand swinger is a ball up high. Mantle has knocked in 1 and scored 1. The big hit in the ball game so far has been a 3-run home run blast by Yogi Berra in the 6th inning. And the Yankees lead 5-4. The pitch to Mantle. Swinging a line drive caught by the shortstop, Dick Gross. Mantle tried to get one into the opposite field, but Gross went soaring up in the air in front of his line drive to take it for the second down. Joe chemistry is loosening up for the Yankees down in left field. And here is Yogi Berra, the man who put the Yankees in front with a towering fly ball home run with two mates aboard in the Yankee sixth. And that's the way the ball game stands right now in this top half of the eighth inning. 2 out and none on. The Yankees 5 and the Pirates 4, and Elroy's face throws. He's high to Berra for a ball. Could very possibly have had 2 base hits in this ball game so far had it not been for a sparkling play by third baseman Don Hoke back in the second inning. Look out, Yogi, low bridge. Little face let one go high and tight, and Berra had to duck down out of the way. 2 balls, no strikes. A little bit of the sign language that the pitchers employ on behalf of the batters. Sometimes that kind of a pitch carries a rather authoritative message. Now the 2-0 pitch coming down to Yogi Berra. Swinging a high pop foul behind the plate. It may make the seats, and I believe it will. Out of play. 2-1. 2 out, none on. Now your 2-1 pitch to Yogi Berra. To go now. Face with a new ball in play. Spent a little time kind of massaging and rubbing it down. Now the little right-hander into the move. The pitch coming to Berra. Swinging a ground ball foul outside of first. Caroms off the box seat, railing out into right field where Clemente runs it down. 2-2 to Yogi Berra. Looking at DeMaestri down in the Yankee bullpen would make you think that perhaps Stengel might move DeMaestri in at short and then put Kubek out there in left field. But let's let Mr. Stengel run the ball club and wait and see. Now the 2-2 pitch to Berra, ground a foul ball back on the netting behind the plate. And it's 2-2. The Yankees out in front by the narrowest of margins. 1 run. They lead 5-4. Over the Pirates, who scored 2 runs in the first and 2 more in the second and haven't been able to score since. The pitch to Berra is high and away, and the count fills up now, 3-2. Bob Turley started today for the Yankees, gave way to Bill Stafford, and then Bob Shantz came on, and he's held the Pirates right where they are. Now the big one, 3-2 pitch coming to Berra, 2 out and none on. It's up high, ball 4. Berra walks. Walk issued by Elroy Face this afternoon. Stepping in now, the right-hand batting Yankee first baseman Bill Skowron, who led the 5th inning with a home run into the right field seats to give the Yankees their first run. Then the Yanks came on with another one of their big innings. 4 runs in the 6th. The pitch, swinging a ground ball off at third base side. Backing is down. Hokie one-hands it out of the air. Throws to second. Not in time. Hoke was powerless to do more than he had done with the play. It was a kangaroo hop, kind of a short hop ground ball. Then it took off up in the air much like a pop fly. And Hoke backed off under the bouncing grounder. Waited for it to come down. Made a lightning quick throw to second base, trying to force Berra, but could not get him. And the ruling is an infield hit for Moose Skowron. So the Yankees now with 2 down have runners at first and second. And here is their catcher, Johnny Blanchard. Blanchard went out on a fine play by Law in the 3rd inning. Then he flied out to center in the 5th inning and went out unassisted to Nelson to end the 6th. Southpaw hitter. And Elroy Face staring down to his battery mate Hal Smith. Into the stretch now. The little man sets. And here's the first one coming to Blanchard. Outside of the ball. 1-0. Moose Skowron with that infield hit deep to third has picked up his 12th World Series base hit in 1960. Time called momentarily. Blanchard backing out of there. 36,683 here to see the final game of the 60 series. And what a ball game they're looking at. Face ready, he throws, swinging a high pop foul out of play off the first base side. The count is 1 ball, 1 strike to Blanchard. coaching third for the Yankees. Ralph Houck pacing back and forth up and down in that first base coaching box. Skowron, the runner, at first. And Yogi Berra down there at second for the Yankees. DeMaestri still loosening up a little bit in the Yankee bullpen in the left field corner. And Face now ready with a 1-1 pitch to Johnny Blanchard. Here it comes. Swing and a soft line drive. It's going to be in there for the base hit in right center field. Around third, headed for the plate comes Yogi Berra. On his way to third goes Skowron as the right fielder Clemente bobbled the ball momentarily. But Blanchard has looped a shallow base hit in the alley in right center to drive in Berra for the Yankees' 6th run of the afternoon. Skowron takes third, and Blanchard picks up his second World Series run batted in. Soft line drive that looped out over the head of the second baseman. Mazarovski dropped in right center. Scored Berra from second base. Skowron took third. Blanchard is now on at first. Still 2 out in the inning as Face got the first 2 men, Maris and Mantle. Then the walk to Berra, the infield hit to Skowron. Blanchard singled. And it's 6-4 right now. And here is Cletus Boyer, who swings in a line drive down the left field line. It's going to be a fair ball all the way up the deep left field corner. That's going to score Skowron without any trouble. Racing toward third goes Blanchard, and they hold him up there. And into second, standing up with a double, goes Cletus Boyer. Boyer rips a line double into the deep left field corner to score Skowron with the 7th Yankee run. Blanchard is held at third. And it's now the Yankees 7 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 4, 2 out, and runners at second and third. And the batter will be the pitcher, Bobby Shantz. Shantz, in 2 trips to the plate this afternoon, has popped out to first and singled to left field. And now he steps in with Yankee runners at second and third. Face into the move. The first pitch to Shantz is low and away. Ball 1. Double down the left field line has knocked in another Yankee run. 7-4. Shantz looks. It's out over the outside corner, and the strike is called by plate umpire Jakowski. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bobby Shantz. And the pitch, swinging a high pop-up foul down the first base side. It'll make the seats, I believe. Chasing over goes catcher Hal Smith with his back in behind the Pirate dugout at about 15 rows. 1-2 now to Shantz. Yankee bullpen standing up down there in left field. Pacing around nervously, watching every move in the ball game. Activity. Bob Friend is throwing, along with Harvey Haddix, I believe, in the Pirate bullpen down in the right field corner. Shantz, little right-handed batter, waiting now. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch from Face, and here it is. It's too low. And the count is 2-2. Well, the walk to Yogi Berra started facing a little bit of trouble here in the 8th inning. Infield hit by Skowron put him in deeper, and then Blanchard singled to drive in a run. Boyer doubled to drive in another. The 2-2 to Shantz. Swinging a ground ball off the third base side. It's going to be a foul ball at the last moment. It took another of those peculiar high hops over the head of the third baseman, Don Hogue. When it came down, it was a foul ball. And the count is 2-2. You see many such bouncing ground balls here at Forbes Field. Their infield is a little harder than most. 2-2, the count to Shantz. Face all ready to go now. The Pirate right-hander throws. Low, and a good save by catcher Hal Smith. Well, that'll fill the count now. 3-2. Full count to Bobby Shantz. With 2 out. 3-2 into the wide. Here's the pitch to Shantz. A ground ball is fouled outside of first. One-handed by Ralph Houck. Couldn't hold on to it, however. Looks at the baseball, says it's okay, and flips it out to pitcher Elroy Face. Well, the Bucks again this afternoon are facing the uphill battle. They trail by a score of 7-4 with the Yankees batting in the top half of the 8th inning and time running out. Now face into the move, and the 3-2 pitch coming down to Shantz. A soft fly ball to shallow right, moving to his right and coming in is Clemente. He's there and makes the grab for the final out of the inning. But the Yankees get 2 more runs in this inning on 3 base hits. No Pirate errors, 2 men are left in the score now at the end of 7 1/2 innings of play. It's the New York Yankees 7 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 4. In that pitcher face is scheduled to lead off in the last half of the 8th inning for the Pirates. Danny Murtaugh's gone to the pinch hitting barrel, and here is Gino Cimoli. During the regular year, Gino hit .267 and knocked in 28 runs for Pittsburgh. He did not hit a home run in the 1960 season. He's hitting .211 in the series with 19 at-bats and 4 base hits. He's played in 6 ball games. Strike is called to Gino, right-hand batter. Bob Shantz dropped that slow curveball in on Gino Cimoli. Shantz into the move now. The 1-strike pitch to Gino is too high, and he takes a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. In the Yankee bullpen in left field, again, it's Ralph Terry and Jim Coates. Just staying loose. Cimoli pinch hitting and leading off on the bottom of the 8th inning to see if he can get something started. Shantz throws looked like a scroogey that caught the outside corner above the knees, and a strike is called. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gino Cimoli. I'm not certain that it was a screwball, but it reacted much in the manner of a screwball in that when thrown by a left-handed pitcher to a right-handed batter would break down and away. And a lot of southpaws who use that screwball for a change of pace pitch. Now the 1 ball, 2-strike pitch coming to Cimoli. Shantz throws. He curved him, swinging a foul ball back on the screen behind the plate. And the count continues. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gino Cimoli. Handsome young man from the Golden Gate City of San Francisco, who does a lot of work in the off-season with boys' clubs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yankees 7, Pirates 4, bottom of the 8th inning. And a tense, taut crowd. Here's Shantz, deals up high for a ball now. 2-2 to Cimoli. Here at Forbes Field are sitting as if they were on a keg of dynamite. You can just feel the explosion that could happen if Cimoli could get the Pirates started. And now the fans begin to warm to their task a little bit. And Shantz goes to the wire. The 2-2 pitch coming to Cimoli. Swinging a fly ball hit out of the right center field. Dropping in a hurry. Maris coming on. Can't get it. Base hit. Pinch hitter Gino Cimoli is delivered with a base knock in right center. The top end of the batting order, Bill Verdon. And now Forbes Field becomes a little more lively as these Pirate fans try to get into the game with their ball club. Verdon this afternoon has flied to left, has singled to right center to drive in 2 runs, has grounded out to second base, 1-4-3. Shantz in the move now. He sets. Strike is called as Shantz got a good fastball over the outside corner to the left-hand swinging Bill Verdon. Strike 1. Runner at first base, Gino Cimoli, to say the least. Skowron holds him tight to the bag. The set, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball hit right toward the shortstop. Oh, it hit Kubek in the face. It hit him in the face, and Kubek has been hurt, and all hands are safe. A bad, hot ground ball came up and hit him in the face and bounced away, and all hands are safe, and time has been called here at Forbes Field while Yankee teammates rush along with the trainers to see if they can assist Kubek. Now, I said it hit him in the face. I'm not certain. It could have been in the throat of the jaw. We will know a little later. The ball bounced after it hit Kubek a little bit to his left. And, of course, Verdon is on at first base. Jack Quinlan, who was looking at Kubek through field glasses, informs that the ball apparently hit Kubek on the Adam's apple. Kubek now sitting up and being administered to by the Yankee trainer. Verdon is safe. Down to second goes Cimoli. A base hit, a bad hop single. Kubek is up now and moving around. Stengel is out there to see what he can do. Gus Malk broke from the dugout like a sprinter the minute Kubek hit the ground. It was a sharply hit ground ball, and Kubek was right in position to make the play and, of course, go for the double play, when suddenly that ball took an unusual hop and came up, and it appeared to hit him in the vicinity of the face or the jaw, and now we have determined that it struck Kubek in the Adam's apple on the throat. Now the ball bounced 6 or 8 feet to Kubek's left, and, of course, Somoli was able to move to second base, and on at first base with a bad hop single is Bill Verdon. Stengel still out there talking to his shortstop Kubek. Well, Jack, of the many painful injuries a man can sustain in baseball, certainly that is one of the more painful.
Oh, Chuck, he took a pretty good jolt. That thing tipped him right over backwards as soon as the ball hit the ground and came up and hit him right in the throat. And he flipped over like a fish out of water, and he just sat there in a sitting position for a while. And Stengel now is looking out toward the bullpen. I believe Joe DeMaestri is going to come in to relieve Tony Kubek. He got a pretty good shot there right in the throat.
Well, here's a standing ovation for the fine Yankee shortstop Tony Kubek, who was victimized by a bad hopping ground ball that hit him in the throat. And Stengel decides that he will bring Joe DeMaestri into the ball game at shortstop, and Kubek gets a fine, warm ovation from these Pittsburgh Pirate fans at Forbes Field. So Joe DeMaestri comes in now to play shortstop in this 8th inning. Well, let's see what will develop. DeMaestri takes some tune-up tosses. And as things stand right now, of course, this is Bobby Shantz's ball game. He has never won a World Series game. He has been charged with one defeat in 1957. And now the Pirates, with none out, have runners at first and second base. And Dick Grote will be the batter. The score, the Yankees 7 and the Pirates 4. And the Pirates, well, the tying run is represented by the batter, Dick Grote. DeMaestri is now the Yankee shortstop, so the Yankee infield has Boyer third, DeMaestri short, Richardson second, and Scoured at first. Pirate runners at first base, Bill Verdon. At second base, Gino Somoli. The batter is Dick Grote. Chance up on the mound, looks down to Blanchard to pick up the sign, and here we go again. He sets, and the first pitch to Grote is a strike over the inside corner at the letters. Grote was all cranked up on that pitch, and then at the last moment snapped the hands back inside and took it. 1 strike. Olsiak edging up into the corner of the coaching box at third, looking out there to check on Somoli. Mickey Vernon eagle-eyeing the moves of Bill Verdon at first base, of course, guarding against the moves of Bob Shantz. Scoured backs off the bag at first. Now the 1-strike pitch to Grote. It's inside in the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. A tremendous baseball game, and why not? This is baseball's greatest show, the classic, the World Series, the 1-1 pitch to Grote. He swings a ground ball, base hit in the hole to the field. Around third, heading for the plate comes Somoli. And he's over as Grote ripped one into left field, and it's now a 7-5 ball game. Around their feet as Stengel goes to the mound. You wouldn't say we were excited, would you? Stengel goes to the mound and is talking now with his catcher Blanchard and pitcher Bobby Shantz. Dick Grote has just ripped one. He really nailed it right on the button between the third baseman and the shortstop, in the hole, through the left field. Scored Somoli from second base with a 5th run. Verdon holds second. Down to first is Grote. And out of the Yankee bullpen now comes right-hander Jim Coates. And that's going to be all for Bobby Shantz. This little fella has pitched a great ball game. He's pitched 5 full innings for the Yankees and is getting a fine hand as he goes to the dugout. Has allowed but 4 hits. 1 run. Now, coming in is Jim Coates, and this will be game number 3 for Jim Coates in the 1960 series. He has pitched 5 one and struck out 3. Jim Coates now on the mound for the New York Yankees. The first batter to face Jim Coates will be Bob Skinner, who was able to play in the first game of this series for the Pirates and has been out ever since with a jammed thumb. Coates, during the 1960 season for Casey Stengel and the Yankees, appeared in 35 ball games. He started 18 games and completed 6. A total of 148 innings, allowed 138 hits. He won 13, he lost 3, and Skinner moved up to the plate. And Coates continues his tune-up tosses. Jim is a tall right-hander. His home in Village, Virginia. 6'4", 195 pounds. And Ford's Field is really rocking now, with Skinner facing the right-handed reliever Jim Coates. And Pirate runners at first and second base. None out in the inning, 1 run in. It's the Yankees 7, and now the Pirates 5. And here is Bob Skinner, who walked and then bounced out to the first baseman with the pitcher covering and fly to right. He bunts, third base side. It's going to be a beauty, moving both runners up. Boyer comes in to field the bunt and throws to first in time to get Skinner. The sacrifice bunt sends Verdon down to third base, throwed over to second base. The tying runs are in scoring position, and Rocky Nelson is coming to the plate. Was called upon to sacrifice and dropped a perfect bunt down the third base line, fielded by the third baseman Boyer, who threw to Scown in time to retire Skinner for the first out, but it allowed Verdon to move into third base and broke to second base, where the right kind of a base hit could tie up the old series. The Yankees lead at 7-5 right now, and Coates is into the move. The first pitch to Rocky Nelson. Inside low and a good save by the Yankee catcher, fed the left-hand hitting Nelson a hooking ball, breaking it down and in right at the shoe tops, and Rocky had to really scramble to get out of the way. Terry throwing down in the Yankee bullpen along with Luis Arroyo. 1 ball, no strikes to Nelson. Left-hand batting, Pirate first baseman. Runners at second and third, 1 out. The move by Coates. The pitch to Nelson. He swings and it's a pop fly out in the shallow right field. Coming in is Maris, a little deeper than I thought. Tagging up is Verdon. The catch by Maris, and Verdon makes a false start and then backs off. And no wonder, a perfect throw from right fielder Roger Maris. Nelson hit a fly ball into semi-deep right field, not nearly deep enough to allow Verdon to come on. And with 2 down now, and Pirate runners holding second and third, that drops the situation squarely in the lap of Roberto Clemente, who this afternoon is looking for his first hit of the afternoon. He has delivered on 8 occasions prior to this afternoon. All of his hits have been singles. He has knocked in 2 runs in the 60 series for Pittsburgh. Right-handed batter. Stepping in against the right-hand tosses of Jim Coates, who just got Nelson on a fly ball to right fielder Roger Maris. There are 2 out now, and runners at second and third. Coates into the move. The first pitch coming down to Clemente. Here it is. Swinging a high foul ball out of play up over the roots. Strike 1. Clemente appeared to be a little anxious on that one. Right up around the peak of the cap, and he ripped at it, fouled it away, and that brought Stengel charging out of that dugout again. Stengel startled all of the newspapermen the other day when he was asked before yesterday's game, what about Bob Friend? And Stengel said, I wish they'd have fired him back in June. And everybody said, what? How come? Stengel said, well, I'd have had him. 1 strike to Clemente. Blanchard joined Stengel for that brief conference on the mound. 1 strike to Roberto Clemente. Pirate runners are hanging on the hassocks. Down at third base, Bill Verdon. Out at second base, Dick Grote. 2 out in the Pirate half of the 8th inning. The Yankees lead the ball game 7-5. And the Pirates, with a good opportunity, staring them in the face now, trying to capitalize on same. Coates looks down to Blanchard for the sign. Into the move. The 6'4" right-hander starts the wind. And the 1 strike pitch to Clemente. Swinging another foul ball up over the roof and out of play. Strike 2 to Clemente. pitch appeared to be right up around the peak of the cap. Of course, we're sitting up on the mezzanine level at Forbes Field. But Clemente is classified among the bad ball hitters of baseball. He'll pick a lot of those high pitches, low pitches, and ram them somewhere for base knocks. Now a two-strike pitch coming down to Clemente. Coates into the move. The Yankee right-hander brings the arm down. Here's the pitch to Clemente. He swings at a ground foul, trickles down the first base side, and the count is 2 strikes, and that broke the bat, and Clemente switched and grabbed the barrel end of the bat and then snapped the handle of the bat right off as he, in exasperation, broke it on his way to the dugout. 2 strikes to the right fielder, Roberto Clemente. Clemente hit .314 on the season for the Pirates, knocked in 94 runs, and he's got a couple of ducks on the pond right now that he'd dearly love to knock in. The tying runs are out there on base for the Pirates with 2 out in the last half of the 8th inning. Verdon, the runner at third base. Groth, the runner at second base. A count of 2 strikes to right-hand batting Clemente. And the Yankee right-hander Coates into the move. The pitch coming to Clemente. It's low and outside, a ball, 1-2. In typical World Series fashion, this one appears to be going right down to the wire. Blanchard pumping out the sign to Coates, who wigwags with that glove just a little bit. He wants to see that sign again. Now Coates is into the move, the 1-2 to Clemente. He swings a ground ball, slowly hit off the first base side, charging and scouring. He makes a pickup. There'll be no play and a run scored. Clemente hit a slow roller down first base way, wide of the bag at first, about 10 or 12 feet to the right or to the second base side. Skowron came charging in, made the pickup on the ball, had no chance of a play at the plate because Verdon broke with the crack of the bat, and then realized that he couldn't get over there in time to get Clemente at first base, so the infield hit by Clemente has driven in the 6th Pirate run. Down to third base goes Groth. Durant hits the Yankees 7, the Pirates 6, and the batter will be catcher Al Smith. Smith steps in with 2 down and Pirate runners at first and third, and this ballpark is going crazy. Coates into the set. He throws. Smith takes a strike right down the pipe, and Smitty was giving it a good look. 1 strike to right-hand batting Hal Smith. Clemente hit a little dribbler off the first base side, wide of the bag at first, and legged it out into a base hit. And of course, Verdon was able to score the 6th run. Now the 1-strike pitch coming to Smith. It's high and a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Pirate opportunity in this ball game, in this inning, came about on a bad hop that hit Kubek in the throat and knocked him out of the ball game. Now the 1-1 pitch coming down to Hal Smith. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, and he really pulled the trigger. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hal Smith, who gave it the big ripple, the Sunday punch, and couldn't find it. The tying run is at third base in the person of Dick Groth. The go-ahead run is out there at first in the person of Roberto Clemente. And now the set, the 1-2 pitch coming to Hal Smith. Coates throws. He started a swing and held back, and it's taken high for a ball. A check swing and a ball 2. 2-2 now. And for just a split second, every move of the Pirate dugout came to a stop on that call up there at the plate. But it was a high pitch, and Smith held back in the swing. So the count is 2-2. And Coates into the stretch. He sets, and the 2-2 to Smith. He swings a long fly ball deep to left field. I don't know. It might go out of here. It is going. Indianapolis, this is one of the most dramatic home runs of all time. 5 runs are in, and the Pirates again have the lead. A tremendous wallop by Smith. And the only reason that he was playing is that Burgess had been taken out earlier for a pinch runner. He just drove a ball over the 406-foot sign in toward left center field. Farrell went back, and all Yogi could do was stand there and just be helpless and watch the ball sail out over the ballpark and into Shenley Park for a 3-run homer, and the Pirates now lead by a score of 9-7. A new pitcher, Ralph Terry, has come on as Smith delivered the knockout blow to lean, lanky Jim Coates. That's the story at Forbes Field. Hal Smith ripped into a pitch, a 2-2 offering, and hit it out over the left field wall. As the Pirate players would tell you, Smith hit one far out into the afternoon, over the 406-foot sign, to score Grote with a tying run, Clemente with the 8th run, and himself with the 9th run. And when Smith got to the dugout, it's a wonder he could stand up. He received, as you could well expect, a tremendous pummeling and back-thumping from the excited Pittsburgh Pirates, and the noise here at Forbes Field still has not died down. Terry has come on in relief of Coates. Coates has worked 2/3 of an inning, has allowed 2 base hits and 2 runs. Didn't strike anybody out, didn't walk anybody, and now Ralph Terry faces Don Hope. 2 out, none on, and the Pirates have bounced back and lead 9-7. The pitch is a ball outside high. No one, of course, needs to be reminded of that all-important Yankee ninth yet to come. 1 ball, no strikes to Hope. The pitch is a curveball, caught the outside corner above the knees, and the count is a ball and a strike. Al Smith, in his moment of glory, his first World Series home run, and I mean he hit it every inch of the way. Now the 1-1. Hope swings another high fly to left field, moving over toward the foul line. Barras glasses it down near the foul line. Barras looks up, he's got it, and that's it for the Pirates in the 8th inning. Well, that's the story at the end of 8 innings of play. The score, the Pittsburgh Pirates 9, the New York Yankees 7. And I mean, he hit it every inch of the way. Now the 1-1. Hope swings another high fly to left field, moving over toward the foul line. Barras glasses it down near the foul line. Barras looks up, he's got it, and that's it for the Pirates in the 8th inning. Well, that's the story at the end of 8 innings of play. The score, the Pittsburgh Pirates 9, the New York Yankees 7. The Pirate bullpen in the right field corner to face the New York Yankees in the 9th inning comes Bob Friend. This will be his 3rd game. His first relief performance. He has started 2, has pitched a total of 6 innings, allowed 7 earned runs, has 0-2 on the series, and Danny Murtaugh is demonstrating his belief and his confidence in Bob Friend and sends him to the mound in the 9th inning to protect a 2-run lead that means a world championship. It is still, of course, if Friend is able to hold the Yankees, the game will belong to Elroy Face, and the loss would have to go to Coates if things conclude as they now stand. In the 9th inning, for the Yankees, it will be Bobby Richardson to lead off against Bob Friend. We have been informed by the press PA that Kubek has been taken to the hospital for further examination and treatment if necessary. Bobby Richardson steps in. Bob Friend on the mound for the Pirates delivers, and the first pitch is a strike. Back, swing and a fly ball to shallow left center. It may drop in, and it does drop in for the base hit. Richardson opens the Yankee half of the 9th inning with a looping single to shallow left center. back. And out of the Yankee dugout on the third base side comes a former Pittsburgh Pirate, who incidentally holds the Pirate record for home runs hit by a left-handed batting first baseman, 27. Dale Long is coming on now. This will be his second at-bat in the series, has yet to hit. And in the Yankee season, in a total of 26 ball games, Dale Long hit for a total of 366 with 3 home runs and 10 runs batted in. Dale Long is batting now for DeMaestri. A power hitter, a left-handed batter, and he can reach that right field barrier here in Forbes Field with any one swing. Now the lead by Richardson. The set, the pitch by Friend is swung on, and foul ball is going to be out of play. Strike one. Built left-handed swinger waiting now. The one-strike pitch from Bob Friend. Here it is, high and away on a ball. 1-1. 1-1. Swing on a line drive. It's going to be a base hit out of the right field corner. Clemente plays it on the first hop. Richardson holds second, and Long delivers with a line single to right field, and the Yankees are back at it again. Back-to-back base hits, and the Yanks have the tying runs at first and second, and Roger Maris slated to step in. In the Pirate bullpen in the right field corner, Harvey Haddix and Vinegar Ben Mizell are warming. And the sign has gone to the bullpen, and it will be Harvey Haddix. Well, Bob Friend has certainly been as unlucky as a Pirate pitcher could be in this World Series. He is out of the ball game, faced 2 men, they both hit safely. And now leaves the ball game for Harvey Haddix. This for Harvey will be his second 1960 World Series appearance. He started 1 ball game and won it. He pitched 6 1/3 innings, allowed 5 base hits. In the year, Haddix had a record of 11 wins and 10 defeats. Harvey Haddix is coming on now. He was the winning pitcher in game number 5. And as we look to the Yankee bullpen in the left field corner, Casey Stengel has Whitey Ford warming. What a 7th and concluding game to a World Series. Harvey Haddix up on the mound, and the first batter to face him will be Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle, and Yogi Berra in that order. Going back very quickly to check on game number 5, you will recall that Roger Maris hit a home run off Harvey Haddix in the 3rd inning of that 5th game. Haddix completing his tune-up tosses. And the Yankees have demonstrated once again that power that brought them along to their American League pennant, that saw them sweep 15 at the end of the year and win. And now here in the 9th inning with the Pirates out in front by a score of 9-7, virtue of a tremendously exciting 3-run home run by Pirate catcher Hal Smith. Suddenly see that lead in danger again. And Harv Haddix has been called upon by Danny Murtaugh to see if he can stop the rampaging Yankees in the top of the 9th. He was Haddix, one of the principal actor in one of baseball's most exciting episodes, May 26, 1959 in Milwaukee, for 12 innings. This is the fellow who set the Braves down in order, only to lose the perfect game, a no-hitter, and the contest itself 1-0 in the 13th inning on an error, an intentional walk, and a base hit. Well, here is Haddix in an equally dramatic situation, with Long at first base and Richardson at second base. Maris steps in against Harvey Haddix. None out in the top half of the 9th inning. Haddix throws low, ball 1. me, the Pirate fans at Forbes Field are right up on the edge of their chair. The Yankees have the tying runs on first and second base with none out. And a count of 1 ball, no strikes to Roger Maris. Haddix, all ready to go. He throws. Swinging a high pop-up right behind the plate. Hal Smith is moving over under it. He's got a lot of room and a lot of time. He's got it. Trouble to come in the person of Mickey Mantle. Mantle will face Haddix as a right-handed swinger. And Mantle this afternoon has 2 base hits in the ball game. With a run batted in, he has scored a run. The Pirates lead 9-7. 1 out. Top of the 9th. Yankee runners at first and second base. Mantle steps in, and Haddix looks down to battery mate Hal Smith, about all ready to go. Haddix now into the abbreviated stretch. He sets, and the first pitch to Mantle is down low, ball 1. Berra in the on-deck circle off the third base side for the Yankees. Pirates 9, Yankees 7. 1 away. Richardson, the runner at second base for the Yankees. At first base, Dale Long. And Harvey Haddix out of the bullpen trying to stop the Bombers. The little left-hander into the abbreviated stretch again. He kicks and throws, and Mantle swings, and there's a line drive base hit out into the right field alley. Chasing the ball down is Clemente. Around third, heading for the plate comes Richardson. Clemente bobbled the ball around. Down to third base goes Long, and Richardson scores the Yankees' 8th run. Goes to third base. Mantle has singled his 3rd hit of the afternoon. And his 2nd run batted in. He hit one down the alley, a line drive in right center. Clemente got to the ball, tried to grab it while running full tilt, and batted the ball out in front of him. Long came zooming right along into third base. Mantle holds first. 1 out, runners on the corners at first and third. And at the plate, Yogi Berra, who bombed one into the right field seats, a 3-run home run back in the 6th inning to snatch away a 4-1 lead that the Pirates at that time enjoyed and put the Yankees in front 5-4. Here is Berra. He has 1 hit in 3 official at-bats. Long, the tying run, edges off third base. Mantle is on at first. The set by Haddix. The pitch to Berra is low and away and a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 90 feet away, here on the top of the 9th inning, is the tying run. And now time call momentarily. Casey Stengel out in front of the dugout, and I think he wants Gil McDougald into the ball game as a runner for Dale Long, and that's the story. McDougald will now run for Dale Long at third base. McDougald replaces Long as the runner for New York at third in the top of the 9th inning. 1 away. Berra waiting the 1-0 pitch from Harvey Haddix. Mantle, the runner at first base. The Pirates 9. The Yankees 8. And the pitch coming down to Berra is outside, low for a ball. 2-0 now. Well, this is what you always hope for in a World Series. Baseball at its most exciting. And that is exactly what we have this afternoon. Now Haddix ready to go again. The count, 2 balls, no strikes to Berra. He throws. Swinging a drive hit right to first base. He's got it tagged up at first base and then tagged. Mantle, no, he missed him, and the tying run scored. Mantle is safe at first base in one of the weirdest plays, and we'll go back and tell you what happened. Berra ripped the line drive down the first base side. Stewart, or rather Nelson, the first baseman, fielded the ball to the first hop and tagged up. That made Berra the 2nd out of the inning. Then he tried to tag Mantle, who dove back to the bag, and he missed him. And while so doing, the tying run scores. A line drive caught by Nelson. And he tried to tag Mantle coming back in to double him up to end the ball game and missed the tag. And now here is Skowron. Down low, ball 1. Both of those runs runs, of course, a charge to Bob Friend. The game has been tied in the top of the ninth. 2 out. Mantle still that runner at first base. And the pitch to Skowron, swinging a ground ball up the third base side. Going hard to his right. Grote has it. Throws to second. They force Mantle coming in for the final out. But the Yankees rampage back with 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and a man left. And the score at the end of 8 1/2 innings of play, it's the New York Yankees 9 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 9. The last half of the 9th inning. Changes made by the Yankees. McDougal goes to third base. Cletus Boyer moves over to play shortstop. And Ralph Terry, of course, on the mound, will be facing Mazarovski. And to go over that Berra play once again, it was a hard hit drive down the first base side. The Nelson fielded on the first hop and tagged the bag at first. That eliminated Berra. He was out. And then Mantle could have been in a rundown, but it was not the case. He dove back safely to first base. Here's a ball 1, too high down to Mazarovski. And the Yankees have tied the game in the top of the 9th inning. Well, a little while ago when we mentioned that this one in typical fashion was going right to the wire, little did we know. Mark Ditmar throws. Here's a swing and a high fly ball going deep to left. Let's say do it. Back to the wall goes Berra. It is over the fence, home run. The Pirates win. Hit a 1-0 pitch over the left field fence at Forbes Field to win the 1960 World Series for the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 10-0. Once again, that final score, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the 1960 World Champions, defeat the New York Yankees, the Pirates 10 and the Yankees 9. It is all over in one of the most dramatic finishes on history. Bill Mazarovski has hit his second World Series home run over the left field barrier, 406 feet away, and the Pirates are the 1960 World Champions of baseball. And Jack, you could employ a lot of script writers and pay a lot of money, but try and write a better finish to a ball game or a more exciting one.
Chuck, from the very first pitch down here to the last one, which Mazarovski hit over the 406 sign to win it and make the Pirates world champions, this ball game was filled with drama, excitement. It had everything, and the Pirates are the world champions of 1960. On Billy Mazarovski's home run, leading off the last half of the 9th inning, the final score 10-9. The Pirates had 10 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left only 1 man on base all afternoon. The Yankees had 9 runs on 13 hits, 1 error, 6 men left on. The winning pitcher, Harvey Haddix, his record now 2-0 in the World Series. The loser, Ralph Terry, his record 0-2. 36,683 fans were here, and Ed Mazarovski was jumping around the bases when he saw the ball disappear into Shenley Park like a little kid with a brand new toy, and there's no reason not to do anything like that, because that fella gave himself and his teammates the 1960 Baseball World Championship, and also about $8,500 apiece or $9,000 apiece, something like that. And now to wind up this World Series broadcast, let's pick up Bob Prince and some of those victorious, happy Pirates. Bob, take it away.
Here's Bill Mazarovski, struck the game-winning blow. Hey, wasn't that something, Billy?
Oh, I can't even talk. I'm too tired.
What'd you do? You didn't have to run very far, did you, boy?
Oh,
What was the pitch you hit, Bill?
it was a high fastball.
A high fastball. That did it, and the Pirates are the world's champions for the first time since 25. Joe Brown and Don Hoke. Here's our general manager, Joe Brown. Don Hoke, want to be seen coast to coast. Tiger, a tremendous victory.
Bob, this is one of the greatest team efforts I've ever seen, I'll tell you that, and I'm awful proud to be a part of it.
Well, I know that they're all proud to have you there, and Joe Brown, what a great great job you did as general manager of this fine
Guys
championship
around
club.
you here did it, Bob.
Yeah.
God Almighty, it was just wonderful. I think it was just sheer guts against power, and the guts came through. This is, I'm speechless.
I know you are. I know how you feel. Here's Tom Johnson, Dick Groat. We're going coast to coast, Dick. I know you're real happy about
I feel wonderful, Bob. It's the greatest ball club in the world.
World's champion, Dick Groat. How's it sound?
Wonderful. It's the greatest feeling in the world to be a world champion. They thought we were dead, but we bounced back, didn't we, Bob?
Yes, you did. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Dick Groat. And the Commissioner of Baseball, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ford Frick. Commissioner, without question, one of the most exciting World Series in all time.
Well, this is my 39th, and I never saw a finish like that one, Paul. Never.
Did you ever see a World Series where we got the Pirates got beaten so badly and then turned right around and come on to take it as they did?
Well, you know, World Series, like everything else, there's only one that counts. That's that last run that wins the final game.
Well, it was a thriller, and Commissioner Frick, thank you very
That
much.
was terrific. It was a terrific series, well played, and beautifully handled, I thought.
Thank you, Commissioner Ford Frick. Here's Rocky Nelson, one of the stars in our ball game. Rocky, I know how delighted you are to be a member of the world champion Pirates.
Pretty wonderful, Bob. You can't beat it, I'll tell you, when you're on top. We just finished a great year, that's all. It was a team effort, and it was a team effort today. Everybody hit the ball.
All right, Rocky, thank you. Here's Danny Birdseye. You Irishman, you did it.
By golly, Bob, what a finish. But we've been doing that all the year, and I think the fans are looking forward to it.
Well, thank you very much, Dan, John Galbraith. And I'll just say thank you to everybody. I hope you fans have enjoyed hearing from these very happy world champion Pittsburgh Pirates.
This copyrighted recording is licensed by Major League Baseball. Any reproduction or other commercial use of this recording, in whole or in part, is prohibited.